Hello, everybody. I am here with the geek from the Josh critique, and I'm going to play Donkey Kong Country while he talks as well.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. The geek from the Josh critique. What would that entail? I guess I would review other people named Josh. Although I suppose as the geek critique, I don't actually review geeks. By the way, can everybody like hear me? Okay, we were a little bit concerned about the audio.
Yeah,
levels.
you'll have to tell us about the audio balance. Oh, but then he comes in with the boombox. This ain't your granddaddy's Donkey Kong. This is Donkey Kong
the 90s
for the MTV generation. But he forgot that old people have explosives. That's their one strength.
Oh, can I say bad words? I don't know if I can say bad
words. Oh, yeah,
words.
sure. Curse all you want. Oh, well, okay, actually, cool. Wait a few minutes, because YouTube doesn't like it. I mean, I'm not monetized right now, but...
Sure. I gotcha.
But, you know, I might be someday.
Maybe.
Hang on, so we gotta walk over to the crocodile head. I wonder what's on that first square. We don't get to find out. Anyway, I like the way this game...
that in the Japanese version.
Oh, yeah. So I like the way this game tells its story. You explode out of the house, you know, like DK does every morning. And if you go in here,
right,
you see a sign that says Kong's Banana Horde, but there is no Banini to be found. And he is very displeased about this, so we can only assume that there is supposed to be Banini there, but there is not.
Yeah, I really think modern AAA could take a couple of notes from the way that Donkey Kong Country tells its story. Like, there's
also there's a moving fish in his painting
and then
somehow.
There's showing, and this is doing it right in my opinion.
Yeah, you get right into the thick of it real quick. Also, if you go across these well, I was gonna say something, but you know. Also, before we go any further. If I have to see the white pixels on Diddy's hat, then by God, so do all of you.
Moving any further beyond CRT technology was a mistake.
And I would like to formally apologize to Langton Lion 64, who is British and probably should not be up right now. But he just released a new video game, so he's very excited about well, okay, there's one-ups there. That's what I'm trying to get at. You can get one-ups that way. So these crocodiles are here. They're probably the ones that took the Banini.
Yeah, the one-ups being up there is one of the, like, 3 things that Cranky will tell you about.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's it's bugged, I think, to where Cranky's supposed to give you other tips, but he doesn't.
Yeah, there's tips for every world programmed into the game, but he only ever tells you the ones from this world.
Yeah, so that's a little lame. Anyway, this is a bonus area. It's pretty cool. It's over now.
The Donkey Kong Country
but that's okay. Here's another one.
Tend to be they tend to be over and done with very quickly.
But I got a golden ostrich.
What could it mean? This game is the reason that it took me a long time to understand what like espresso was.
Oh yeah,
separate
the coffee.
From espresso. Yeah.
And there's also some bananas up there. They hit them very cleverly.
Yeah, I don't know about this game. Like, it's like... It really... I feel like it just sort of got by on, like, the spectacle of its graphics, which don't even hold up nowadays, here in the year of our Lord 2003. So, like...
Yeah, Yoshi's Island is clearly the better game.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty overrated, if you think of it. Really, nothing that Rare did was ever good, and,
Donkey Kong was never good
at Rare. Everyone who was good at Rare left last year anyway, so... It's a bit of a moot point.
Oh, hang on, there's a golden rhinoceros.
It's so weird to see like somebody who goes out of their way to get those things. Like I never think about them. I actively try to avoid them.
I could have, like, I thought about, you know, doing a co-op thing, but what would happen? Well, I mean, first of all, I like to play on real hardware, and I'd have to emulate because we're in two very different states right now. Yeah. But also, what would happen is I would die once, and then Josh would beat the game in 5 minutes. And you know,
well, if I use the warp cheat to a Ring Yutang game, maybe.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna show that, but I wanted to save at Candy first before I did it because I would like to be able to play normally after that.
Yeah, I can't remember if my I can't actually remember if my copy of the game actually has that bug in it or not.
I think I messed this up.
This level is the reason that when I was a kid, my friends and I, during a thunderstorm, we would always want to go outside and quote-unquote play Donkey Kong Country because we were imitating this level.
Yeah, I felt like the programmers were just flexing here.
Yeah, for real.
And I can't blame them. I mean, a lot of stuff in the 16-bit era, I mean, and the 8-bit, I mean, just for a while, honestly, gaming in general is just like, hey, look at this cool programming trick we learned how to do.
Yeah, there was somebody like about a week ago, I think, on Twitter making the whole, oh, back in the old days, gamers didn't care about graphics. It's like, no, people always cared about graphics.
They very much cared about graphics all the time, forever.
Come over here and let me have a look at you.
Why, that's not what Cranky Kong sounds like in the Mario movie at all.
You know what they say? All toasters toast toast. All graphics, no gameplay. 32 meg. That would be more than 30 games in my day, and they'd be great games too. Back in my day, we used to have real gameplay.
Yeah, so he's supposed to be the original Donkey Kong. And this is like, I mean, I don't really know who I am. Yeah, so there's his tips.
Which are relevant, but only for now.
Yeah, you have to roll him.
I like your cranky voice more than the Mario movies too.
I just do stereotypical old man voice.
Yeah, but like even that's more like cranky.
Okay, Reptile Rumble.
Yeah, I was gonna see if you wanted to maybe do like NSO online so we could play like 2-player contests, but like the lag, it's unfortunate that even playing 2-player contests where it doesn't really matter, the lag would still get to us.
I mean, there is an option that improves it, but yeah, in a game like Donkey Kong Country, I feel like you definitely want as little lag as possible.
Yeah, I've only ever actually played anything online on NSO just a handful of times, because it's a little rough.
Now that they have Game Boy Advance, though, I might eventually do that, because Game Boy Advance netplay is not much of a thing at this point.
Yeah, I saw a Pokemon trading card game just came out on NSO, and it still has like its card pop features and everything.
Oh, that's
which
neat.
Is neat.
Yeah, I do appreciate when they, you know, go above like what is strictly necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, when they actually do re-release Pokemon games, they tend to do some cool features.
Yeah, card pop is actually functional on NSO, Pyrrhic.
Oh! I got snaked. I'm looking for secrets, I don't remember where they are. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go for 100% or anything like that. It doesn't really matter for this one too much, because I think you just get like an extra line of dialogue in the ending. But if I ever play Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3, I absolutely am. Because yeah, I'm not doing so great so far.
Yeah, you missed something there.
Oh, it's that song everybody likes. It is pretty good, though. Also, I'm not sure, but I think gorillas are not actually able to swim. This may be an inaccurate level.
can swim. They probably can't hold their breath indefinitely, though.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Italian plumbers don't usually do that either.
I've got your back on this, though. Let's see. Can gorillas swim?
Oh, hey, look, it's Inguardi. Oh, I made the 1-up despawn, but the octopus is still there.
They don't have a natural ability to swim. They can learn to do it, but they don't do it naturally. Which I think is like us. I don't think we can naturally swim either.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to learn to swim, but I do think you kind of get more floaty as you get older.
Well, that's one word for it.
Oh god, the cloning was successful.
That's actually a hard light hologram. That's that's not a real.
Oh,
that's
no,
not a real.
no, come back here. Oh, thank you for revealing the secret to me. Except I collected the ostrich, so I'm gonna get sent back a checkpoint, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why people don't bother with these so often. But I do kind of want to show them off a little bit.
Yeah, they're very useful. Like, they're very useful.
Oh, but I do know about this. Whoa!
Oh yeah.
Whoa! Oh, I should have waited actually, because I forgot it doubled. It doubled your golden ostrich statues.
Yeah, you want to get like as many. You want to get as high a number as you can, and then go get that thing. When I was a kid, though, yeah, I would always just beeline for it.
You didn't understand multiplication.
I really didn't know.
Well, I probably didn't either. I understood it, you know, sooner than most kids probably would have, because I dabbled with programming at a young age, and you kind of need to know that in, like, negative numbers. Oh, I was stuck in the ground for a second there. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, it's okay. Just kind of hug the top of the screen. I don't need to...
Rambi's bonus level is very, very challenging.
I don't need to
and
see
also
what's
the
coming
timer
up.
in that one runs so quickly.
Ooh. Oh no, it's the clamp. Oh, I got all the Kongs, though.
You know, if you get all of them, you'll unlock the each world's bonus level.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that might have been a different game.
I got all the bonuses there, though. Oh, and here's our man. It's Funkly Kong. This is his debut. Whoa, dudes. Name's Funky Kong. My bodacious jumbo barrel can launch you to any point on the island. Most
when we were kids,
unfortunately...
our conception of Funky Kong was that the only things that he was ever capable of saying were those first two lines. Whoa, dudes, my name's Funky Kong, my bodacious jumbo barrel.
What a weird song they chose to put in Smash Ultimate. Yeah, also, that's a scrap song from Killer Instinct, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Whoa. Whoa.
Nothing was risked and nothing was gained. You cheated not only the game, but yourself.
Whoa. Well, what's weird is that's how you get the letters.
Yeah, true.
Robin Beanland's only contribution to this soundtrack. Okay, I smell TNT hole. It's not a good thing
you're right, but I'm not going to tell you.
It's not a good thing to smell. Now, the good thing is, though, this game does keep track of, which ones you've gotten, so you only have to get them the one time. Ooh, anything down here? No? Okay. Oh, cool, thank you. In.
Oh, Kovar.
Hello, Kovar. Ooh.
He says ahoy hoy.
Hoy.
Boy, small fry, I will draw your map.
You know, Pierre, I've always wondered that if you had, I think I sort of knew it, that if you had, whether it counted if you just beat the bonus or if you just had to go in it.
Yeah, you just have to.
You just gotta go in it.
You just gotta find it. So yeah, those are them launchy barrels that this series loves so much. Ooh, what's up there? I want to know what's up there.
One thing I remember really throwing me off about this game, coming to it like after playing DKC 2, was the fact that in DKC 1, if you're in a barrel and you press the Y button, that'll actually launch you.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. In DKC 2 and 3.
Oh, it's the abomination.
Oh, my eyes.
I do not like Candy Kong. I was never fond of Candy Kong. Anyway, now that I've saved, I'm gonna show the glitch you can do now. So, if you go up here and you mash the button, it may take me a few tries. You gotta get the timing just right. Actually, I remember hearing that you want to, like, have only one Kong. Like, I think they said that helps.
I think that does help, but I think you might also be in the wrong place.
No, this is definitely the right place.
Okay.
Trust me.
Unless it just also works there.
Also, yeah, I think this game still looks good. I mean, you can tell it's not, like, cutting edge anymore, but see, there you go. And I am in this level now. And
I always did that on the second screen.
And if I die, then I'm all the way over here. But anyway, I actually, I want to play the game like normal, so I'm gonna go back now.
Ooh, ZSNES.
Yeah, it's like a little menu that looks like the ZSNES menu, and credit to my friend Isaac for telling me about that. It's not being scaled properly because I have this set to 256 by 224 optimized mode. Anyway, very naughty's lair. Fight the beaver. Remember, kids, whack your beaver every day.
He's an absolute pushover, but most of the bosses in DKC1 are.
Yeah, it's one of those games where, the levels are difficult, the boss is less so. What scaler do you use? I usually use the OSSC for anything prior to, the 5th generation. I use the OSSC for N64, but the Retro Tank 5X for Saturn and PS1. Anyway, now we're in the spooky cave. But yeah, Genesis, Super NES, I usually use the OSSC. Because I just get a better image out of that more easily, I think. Anyway, it's Winky. Everybody loves Winky.
People are in the chat are talking about the save system. Yeah, I learned very quickly that I needed to, when I beat a world, go back into the world I just finished and save, and then go to the next world.
Wow, I already got the end. This is a short level.
It's a very short level, yeah. This is one of the few levels that they changed in the Donkey Kong Country Game Boy Color version.
Oh yeah, what'd they change about it?
Oh, they just made it longer. They added more to it.
Oh. I do kind of wish that they would make a definitive version of this game with all the different content consolidated into one place.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But a dream's a dream.
It was very, very strange how the...
Oh, here we go.
The DKC GBA port came out, less than 3 years after the Game Boy Color version, and didn't include its all of its content.
Yeah, it's
content.
Honestly, it's pretty strange that we got 2 ports of DKC in general, but I understand why it happened. The GBC one happened because they couldn't keep it in their pants, and then the GBA one happened because we're like, oh crap, we can actually have Donkey Kong Country at decent fidelity now. Oh, I misunderstood.
Yeah, Kovar, I would actually love somebody to make like a version of DKC3 that had the David Wise soundtrack, but like up to the quality of like the Super Nintendo instrumentation.
I mean, I know some people are working on that, like they're covering, I mean, kind of over the Super NES instrumentation because it's like CD quality, but
Sure.
MSU1, which you can use with flash carts like this one and emulators.
Yeah, I'm of course sort of tempted, but like I don't actually have a Super Nintendo flash card.
I will say
every time I think about it, I'm just like, yeah, but like I have like most of the Super Nintendo games that I really want anyway, so.
yeah, I mean, it's a little pricey, especially if you're getting like an SD to SNES.
Exactly, and that'd be the reason to do it. Like if you want to have like the ones with all like the mapper tips and everything.
Oh, Diddy decided, I'm getting out of here. But yeah, that said, it is very convenient, and you do get to play like cool mods.
Yeah.
Which is probably my favorite part of having one, is being able to play mods. But also, a few years back, I was streaming Link to the Past, and my save battery died halfway through that, so...
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so I had to play back up to where I was, and it was just a whole thing. So now I'm just like, you know, I'll just play these games. I'll stream them off the SD to SNES, so I keep my save data, just for that peace of mind.
Yeah, I've got flash carts for the Genesis, Game Boy Advance, and N64.
The Genesis is an especially good one to have, because you got all those Sonic hacks that people are all the time coming out with.
Yeah, plus they can also just do like 32X games off of the same hardware if you have 32X.
Yeah, you do have to like plug the 32X in.
Yeah, and that can take like several fortnights, but
Fortnite?
It's worth it in the end, sort of.
Yeah, my only problem is that when you're doing that, you kind of like lose out on the in-game menu, I think.
Oh yeah, well my EverDrive is the X5, so it doesn't actually have that anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would suck. No, it's really nice. I have a what's it called? The GDMU for the Dreamcast. And it's really, really nice to just be able to sit there and like soft reset to get back to the menu.
Oh yeah, that's one of like the best parts, is the soft reset.
Yeah.
Or the in-game reset, I guess I could say. Oh, here's the hole.
Oh! Ooh, another thing I remember coming from DKC2 to playing this one. The way the parallax scrolling effect in the foreground worked in this game was at one time very disorienting to me.
Yeah. Honestly, foreground effects are always like hit and miss for me, because I'm like, you know, it looks cool, it gets you into the thing, but then it's like, oh, it's covering up the game.
Yeah, like I remember, like now I don't even notice it, but just looking at that bonus stage, I was reminded of it. But they definitely reined that in a lot better for the second game.
Oh, secret hole, frog hole.
That was an Undertale reference. Pierre says, I think the sound effect on this tire might be the most satisfying boing sound in games.
It's pretty satisfying, though. I'm partial to the Sonic spring sound myself. Oh!
That's what I was gonna say too, yeah.
Oh wait, I just realized I lost all my lives because I reset. Curse you, Candy Kong!
We'll just lose all your lives again and then put in the DDYDY cheat.
Oh yeah, because it spells Diddy.
Diddy.
Incorrectly.
Diddy.
Why did they call him Diddy Kong?
I mean, they couldn't call him Donkey Kong Jr.
True. I mean, it's funny because, like, you know, they like redesigned this dude for this game. Like, they made him more actual gorilla than Miyamoto's original design. You know, I was thinking about this while I was getting set up. Did Nintendo approach Rare for this game, or did Rare approach Nintendo?
I can't actually remember without looking it up. It's been a while since
I am
since I've
so glad I didn't mess that up. But yeah, I'm just wondering, like, how did this game get started? Because, you know,
Well,
like, I can imagine Rare probably had just these expensive computers and they were trying to justify them.
Yeah, pretty well. Rare made, if I remember right, Rare made a demo of a boxing game using this pre-rendering method.
Oh, here's another infamous level.
Oh yeah.
Everybody like hates this level. Oh, yeah, that's the shortcut.
Oh no, what happened?
That's a shortcut, but I want to play the level. But yeah, there's like this Silent Hill-ass music with these invincible enemies. David Wise was really just like, yeah, I'm gonna make everybody piss their pants, it'll be fine.
Like, I just saw Kovar say that the foreground effects in Super Mario World's Forest of Illusion were mind-blowing to me as a kid, but just a little cheap with enemy placement. See, it's funny that you, like, what that reminded me of was, like, when I first got a Super Nintendo, or possibly even when I rented a Super Nintendo console before I had my own. I can't remember which. But one of the games that I rented very early on was Donkey Kong Country. And I didn't get into the series until about a year later when I played the sequel. And what I remember being kind of funny is that, like, I was so new to gaming at that time that, like, these graphics and this music and, like, all of this, like, it didn't strike me as being particularly, like, unusual or anything. I think because I was just so little and I didn't have, like, the context to understand how different this was compared to anything else. Like, anything that I looked at in a video game was kind of, like, on the same level as, like, well, I've never seen this before.
See, the later games charge you to save, but see, the cost for this one is that you have to look at Candy Kong.
Exactly.
Oh, that's another... No, that's a bonus. I thought it was a shortcut, but no, it's a bonus. You have to choose. You only get one. I want to see if I can, like, do the one-up trick or something.
Hi, I'm Candy Kong, and you're watching Donkey Kong Channel. Meow, meow, meow.
Meow, meow, meow.
Zeal says, I hate that teeth clacking noise the claptraps make.
Oh, I killed the enemies that you do the trick with. Oh, well. Oh, beaver wheel. Oh, I see that. You can't hide that from me.
This game has fantastic sound design. Like, every enemy makes a unique noise.
Oh yeah, everything about the way this game sounds is incredible. Like the music, the sound effects, it's all really good. Very, very atmospheric. And I mean, honestly, games being atmospheric was kind of a new idea. I mean, maybe not like, oh, the first ones to ever... Are you kidding me? No,
off the screen.
I'm not accepting this. And I assume I can't get it back. Nope. No, you know what? No. I won't allow this.
What is this, like one of those one-chip Super NESs?
Yes it is.
Nice.
Thank you. Oh. Well, that's sort of what you have to do. But you gotta do it better than that. Just have to get him over here. Get him, like, right in here. No? No, it's like I gotta, like, bounce up onto the wall, I think.
Are you trying to get on top of the level entrance?
Nah, there's like a life trick you can do here.
Hmm.
Oh crap! No, he was 2. Dang, it's really picky. But I
The
want
life
to
trick is losing lives.
Yeah, that's the trick. Got too many, don't want them. Dang it! I might try one more time to do this. I mean, if nothing else, I can grind some lives in Jungle Japes. Yeah,
Die enough and you underflow to 255 lives.
I don't think
I'm not actually familiar with the trick you're trying.
It's like you bounce off this guy onto the wall, and it like, yeah, it counts as like you stomping him over and over. Yeah, and eventually it'll give you lives. But the key is you have to do it in a way where you don't die.
God, I remember when I was growing up playing Mario, I used to love stomping. Koopas.
Yeah, it was a bit peculiar how long it took him to say that. Like I noticed that, like I actually was streaming the direct they did for that, and I noticed. I mean, everybody noticed.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can just do this a couple times. It's you know, it's not hard to get. In fact, I'm not even being optimal here because I could be doing this. Then again, he does explode out of the house, and you got to deal with the ramifications of that.
And by doing that, you can admire Donkey Kong's strange moving sailboat picture.
Yeah. Wonder where he got that. I don't see that anywhere on Amazon. Okay, there we go. I'm all stocked up and ready to go. Yo, Diddy cool. Okie doke. Okie doke, go to the temple. Go to the temple.
Kovar's like, doesn't everyone forget words for like 20 seconds at a time? I sure do.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
the K's on the right.
Kalen at one time was very bad about that. He would, like in the middle of every sentence, he would spend an incredibly long time trying to remember what specific word he wanted.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Like a ton.
I think the thing with the Chris Pratt thing is more like, you know, this thing was clearly pre-recorded. Why couldn't they have done another take of that?
Chris Pratt said, I got 5 minutes, that's all you get. R-A-R-E. I wonder what that spells. Rear!
Rear.
I mean, Rare did like their naughty little jokes. Not super evident in this game, but it would become very evident later.
It's the reason I learned the word arse.
Most Americans never learn that word.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Kovar is like the beta reader on my scripts. Every so often, he'll highlight a section and be like, "You're nowhere near British enough to say this." And like, I don't even think about it that way. It's just because I grew up playing Rare games.
I learned it from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh. Ooh. Oh, okay. I didn't actually need that. Okay. Now this is one of them tricky secrets where you gotta roll the top. I was trying not to let it go off screen, but then I let myself go off screen.
Can I spoil something for you, or would you rather me not?
Sure, go ahead. I mean, I've played this game before.
Okay. Yeah, you don't actually have to roll the tire onto the moving platform. You can just jump from there. Yeah.
Well, that saves me some trouble.
Yeah.
But then you got to get it close to the ledge either way. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to do any of that. That was an unnecessary expense.
No, I remember trying that. That was very very frustrating.
Winky! I'm very good at this game.
And now you've lost Winky.
No, there he is.
What? Okay.
In the frog containment hole. Oh, well, okay, now he's gone.
Bye, Winky.
Ong. That's what they called the Avatar in the movie.
Man, I am so impressed that you didn't get hit there.
I have a very unusual set of skills. Not even remotely worth it, those bananas, but I did it anyway.
No, not even a little bit.
Oh, it's the neck bird. So do you think there's like a bird attached to that, or is it just a floating head?
Considering he's based on the vultures that we're gonna see in the next level, he's like a giant version of them. I think there's probably a bird.
Maybe there's like an arm off screen, like puppeting him around like Kermit.
Maybe.
Like just a giant Kremling arm.
But much like Kermit, we are meant to understand him as his own person anyway.
Yeah, it's a hand puppet that K. Rool is controlling off stage. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Sometimes this game's speed feels a little too fast for me. It feels uncannily fast for a SNES game. Probably a combination of the high gravity and high frame count. Yeah.
You need to play the PAL version.
He probably did play the PAL version.
Actually, Rare being a British developer, these games were probably well optimized for PAL.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Takes advantage of the SNES's blast processing. What are you waiting for, Nintendo to make one? Those ads were obnoxious, but I'd be lying if I didn't say they were also really funny. Just like, hey, do you play Nintendo? You're an idiot man, baby.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's the kind of thing that only really works as long as you're actually on top.
Yeah, once you make the Sega Saturn, you kind of can't do that anymore.
Fly, plaything, fly. You're not ready.
Of course, Atari was yelling at all of us to do the math, so... I mean, I gotta admire the balls. Ow.
God, like, I remember seeing the Jaguar on store shelves. The box was very intriguing. It made an impression. Like, I remember that, and I don't remember like the 3DO or the Panasonic, the CDI.
Oh, I remember the CDI.
I don't believe you.
For none of the reasons Philips actually wanted, but for reasons nonetheless. Atari, when they have to do the math on the losses they suffered from the Jaguar.
Man.
Oh, I've missed you in chat, Langton, I really have. When you stream in Tetris on the CDI. Honestly, I've wanted to stream Hotel Mario, but CDI emulation just isn't very good. And it's just hard to get it set up.
Where are the diehard CDI fans?
There was probably a secret over here, I don't even know. This game's so dense with them.
Alright, now that you have made it to the third world, I am going to start up Donkey Kong Country on NSO and see if I can catch up to you.
Spoilers, he will.
probably will.
I'm telling you, this man is uncannily good at these games.
I always liked this bonus secret.
Yeah, I know where.
Go into this weirdly shaped little place.
Yeah, I did remember that one. You didn't string
Here it comes,
Zelda's
says,
Adventure.
I believe in you, he'll choke. I'm not sure which of us you're talking to.
Oop. Yeah. Sploink. Oh. I mistimed that. Ow.
But it's not fair anyway, because Dustin is trying to go for the bonuses, and I'm trying to avoid them.
Oh, I got all the bonuses there. I'm surprised. Treetop Town. This is one of my favorite songs in this game.
Oh yeah, mine too. This is one of those where I saw Star Wars for the first time, and I was like, wow, so I guess they must have been Donkey Kong Country fans.
You know, I think they were also big fans of Sonic, too.
Probably.
Ripped off the Death Egg wholesale.
Akira Toriyama, very unusual for a person living in Japan, actually loved Sonic the Hedgehog.
It makes me a little sad how little Japan cares about Sonic, especially when it means that's probably a big reason why his Smash rep could use a bit of work.
Yeah.
Like, I seriously need to know, like, what's going on with the lack of Sonic remixes in Smash. Like, is it Sega? Did Sega say you can't? Does nobody on the team want to? Like, listen, I will accept it. I just need to know. I cannot live with this doubt in my mind.
Yeah, there's, Angel Island Zone, is that it? Is that still it?
And I think they said Angel Island was taken from, like, a remix album. Yeah, you can definitely tell what game Sakurai has played a lot of. Namely, Fire Emblem.
Yeah, it's the same sort of problem that Donkey Kong Country has, where every level it gets in Smash is based on the first level of a game.
Yeah. God, it sucks too, because there's so much like creative stuff you could do with both DK and Sonic that, like, can you imagine a speed highway stage in Smash? That would be pretty cool. Crisis City? I don't know.
Yeah. Kovar says Sega probably just doesn't know what music they own. Probably not.
Yeah, fair. I mean, Sonic 1 and 2 would be a bit of a dilemma.
Yeah.
But, and so would Sonic 3. But I mean, I think you could do stuff like, I don't know, Sonic Colors, Rush. Well, okay, maybe not Rush, I don't know. Okay, I'm beginning to see your point, yeah.
Yeah. We don't know what music Sega owns either.
Oh, crap. I hope I didn't need that for Kremling jump scare.
Also with Donkey Kong, like...
I keep doing that.
Especially before Ultimate. Ultimate gave us some good remixes of, like, the K. Rool songs. But, like,
yeah.
Before that, I'm pretty sure, like, every remix of a Donkey Kong Country song that was in Smash before that was just jungle hijinks over and over and over again.
Yeah, like, honestly, that's the only reason, really, why I want to see Captain Syrup in Smash. Because, like, I hope she could do for Wario Land what K. Rool did for Donkey Kong Country. Like, have you ever noticed, like, I've mentioned it in your Discord, but seriously, have you ever noticed, like, how little Wario Land stuff is actually in the game?
It is weird. It's just, like...
Like, I mean, I love WarioWare. You know, WarioWare is great, and I'm super happy every time we get one. But it's so weird to just almost completely ignore an entire portion of the series. I don't know, I realize I'm a nerd. Sakurai is not as big of a nerd as I am.
I wonder if it's related to, like,
I don't know, maybe he is. He
like
has
Wario,
said some things. He does know how to count in binary on his fingers. So maybe he
Wario
is.
Land was made by like the Gunpei Yokoi led like Game Boy team primarily, I think.
Yeah.
So, and I think WarioWare was, you know, more like, I don't know, whatever like core Nintendo is. So maybe that has something to do with it. Like, there's very little Super Mario Land and Super Mario Land 2 representation in Smash, for that matter.
True. Though at least we got a pretty cool remix of the Ruins theme from Land 1. I would really love, though, they should remix the freaking Space Zone theme from Land 2. Everybody loves that one. It's basically one of Mario's Wily Castle themes, where it's just everybody on the internet loves that song.
They would add a Peppino Me costume before they would add another Wario Land track.
Ugh.
Hey, don't threaten me with a good time.
I mean, I like Peppino. He's cool. I didn't stream Pizza Tower, but I did play it, and I really liked it. I do get a little tiny bit irked by the indie games that just kind of very blatantly take inspiration from something else, but you can't really ignore the level of quality regardless.
A lot of the times they're doing it because, like, you know, sort of like with, oh no, you'll know, that RPG that was trying to be Paper Mario.
Yeah. Oh!
Bug Fables? Was that it?
Yeah, Bug Fables. I played Bug Fables too, also quite good. I think part of me just comes from like a fan gaming background, so part of me is just like, you should just make it Wario and throw Nintendo's lawyers the middle finger. But
yeah, but then you can't sell it, and I get that.
I understand, I guess people need food.
I guess.
Yeah, I suppose that's a human necessity. God! Okay, that one has a save. I'm not doing good at this level right now. Do you have any food?
It's the lag, Dustin. The lag is getting to you.
Oh yeah, the input lag.
There's input latency, there's display latency, it's just...
The sun was in my eyes, my little brother's holding the controller. Why did I even do that? Oh, hey,
my
did he...
My controller is actually broken.
Ooh. What's wrong with it?
I'm now on Minecart Madness, by the way.
Oh, Donkey Kong, I need you to land on the tire. Can you do that for me?
Ooh, what's your favorite Donkey Kong voice?
I'm not sure. I think I have an appreciation for most approaches.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people like swear by the okay.
Yeah, that's the Grant Kirkhope voice is my favorite one, but I don't mind the other ones.
He's a funny monkey. Oop.
I thought his voice in the cartoon was perfectly fine too.
Oh yeah, especially because he has a great singing voice, that guy. It's honestly hilarious because, like, you can tell that dude is uniquely skilled at it in a way that a lot of the other cast isn't. I mean, not to say that they're bad, but, like, this dude is just especially good. So it's always funny when you get into a musical number and you hear this, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. You can get as many ostriches as you can this time before you hit the 2x. But yeah, like, you know, you hear Diddy's voice actor or actress, like, bless their heart, trying their hardest to sing in that voice, and then DK Timberlake comes around and he's just like, oh.
Love is stronger than a golden banana.
Like, the songs in that show are honestly, like, way better than they deserve to be.
Agreed. I haven't watched an episode of it in like 20 years, and they still get stuck in my head occasionally. Probably ought to go for the 2x if you're gonna try for it. You're gonna run out of time.
Okay, I'm going.
You're not gonna make it.
Oh, I thought it was right over here. Oh no, I'm a failure. And now, back to the old grind. I almost goofed that up. But anyway, if Josh overtakes me, then, like, I told you not to-
ends.
I told- the stream ends. I told you not to believe in me. It's like, oh, Dustin, I believe in you. You can stop that atomic bomb from hitting the ground. I'm like, no. No, I cannot.
So I'm gonna try the... I'm in Millstone Mayhem now. I'm gonna try that 1-up glitch you were trying to do. No, I just died.
Yeah, it's tricky. I've never been able to get it. But I wanted to try. And that's the end of the level. Thank you, Rare.
No, Tricky is from Diddy Kong Racing. This is Donkey Kong Country 1.
Anyway, there's like a new level in here in the Game Boy Color version. And a new song. And you can only play it in the Game Boy Color version. Maybe one day I'll just like boot up the Game Boy Color version, stream that one level, and then end it.
Yeah, I actually never finished the Game Boy Color version until a couple of months ago.
I mean, listen, as much as Freezer gasses it up, I don't know.
The screen crunch on Minecart Madness was just way too much even for me.
Yeah, like the screen crunch is bad, the what am I trying to say here? Like the physics are really different. They're not quite as good.
Not quite as good as
not,
firmly underselling it.
Yeah, I might not be like giving it the full description
Play
that
Sonic
it
Jam
deserves.
Gamecom. The physics aren't quite as good.
Oh! Not the bees!
Oh yeah, Return to Crocodile Isle was fan-freaking-tastic.
Oh yeah, really good animation. Really impressed they got the guy. I really love the part in that, spoilers, I guess, if you haven't watched it, but I really love the part where he sets DK's bananas on fire, and he goes like, "You want to know the funny thing? I don't even like bananas!"
Yeah, that was great. I need to watch that again.
Yeah, really good stuff. Animators on the internet are keeping peace in the world alive.
I have now made it to Vine Valley. Update on me.
Yeah, it ain't happening, folks. It's Jover. Ooh.
But like I said, you're going for bonuses and I haven't been.
True. Oh god, I am so glad that worked out. I am so afraid right now.
From my perspective, it appears that we're in the same level, but we're actually not.
I wish I had Diddy. Why don't I have Diddy?
That's the question I ask myself whenever I play Donkey Kong Country 3.
But you have... Oh, see, now this is the part we warped to.
Yeah.
We've caught up. Oh, well, there he is. Oh no, the wheel's chasing me.
Yeah, that's also how I felt when I added the wheel to the server. Remember to use DK's incredibly useful hand slap ability.
Oh, yeah. It's so useful that I forgot to use it.
Thanks, Miyamoto.
Yeah, that's, you know, it's funny, because that's twice he's done that.
Yeah, the hand slap and then the blowing mechanic.
Yeah, he's like... Donkey
Like,
Kong.
wouldn't it be fun if Donkey Kong could blow on things?
Apparently, no, it would not be. Also, there's this little thing up there. But yeah, this is what he's talking about right here. That, I mean, it looks cool.
It does look cool, yeah.
But, you know, it kind of just uncovers some bananas in certain places every now and then.
Weirdly, it doesn't, like, I always thought it would make sense if it worked on those, like, panels that you can reveal by falling from a great height, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I kind of wish it did.
Like, at least that would give it a little more functionality. Pirate Kong says, why didn't they update DK's down special in Smash to be the blow?
Yeah, give him the flood treatment. I have people that swear to me up and down that flood is good, and I don't know, maybe it is, but I always preferred Mario Tornado.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I guess it's probably good for ledge guarding, but it's very easy to just forget to use it.
Though I guess now that we have Doc, we can have our cake and eat it too. You know, now they brought him back as a regular, apparently.
Who, bizarrely, is not an Echo Fighter. There is no consistency on that distinction.
Like I said, I think they just came up with that so that we'd stop complaining about Dark Pit.
Oh yeah, you know, I haven't thought about that in a long time, but yeah, during the Smash 4 days, there was a lot of, what's the point of Dark Pit?
The point is to pad out the roster. The point is we don't have time to make another character.
Shaded Zeal says, I'm surprised you don't like Flood in Smash. Look, I can't come on here and argue about Sunshine, that's just...
Nah, I mean, feel free, I don't care. But, honestly, I love the reference, but it does not translate to a particularly great move.
Yeah, still, I do kind of wish that they would, I guess, be a little more willing to update the original Smash 64 cast.
Oh, I was trying to look for a secret.
Like, it doesn't... Like, I get the you know, like, say you like main Mario or whatever, it would really suck if Mario was, like, turned into a completely different character in a new Smash game, and I get that. But at the same time, like, there's things about, say, like, Donkey Kong's and our Ganondorf's moveset that, you know, could do with some sprucing up.
Yeah, that's a little tiny bit lame. I mean, like, there's an appeal to heavier, stronger Captain Falcon. I just wish that Ganondorf wasn't stuck being that.
Yeah.
Especially
also,
since Zelda technically
to be a complete hypocrite about it, though, I hate that he actually attacks with his sword in Ultimate.
I mean, even if you're talking about, like, being accurate to the games, I think he uses a sword in Twilight Princess and that's it. I mean, now, more spoilers. Tears of the Kingdom, he uses a sword, I think. So that's 2.
Like, I loved I thought it was the most hilarious thing, the way that Ganondorf could taunt and pull out a sword and then put it away like he doesn't even need it.
I mean, that is pretty cool.
There is no way to use the sword. He's like, look, I could hit you with this, but you're not worth it.
But yeah, I think he just needs some wizard moves. Also, here's another thing you can do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh! I thought I was gonna jump off of that. Do you or anyone you know own a gun? Talk to your mom, your dad, your priest, your rabbi. 'Cause gun can and do kill.
This is one of the only levels where riding a steel keg is possible. Or is useful, I guess.
Yeah. It's something you can do. And there's a fun glitch you can do with it in level 1.
I am now in Orangutan Gang.
Yeah. See, I told you. The unstoppable force.
I too am on the steel keg.
They should have given Donkey Kong the coconut gun in Smash. I mean, at least Diddy's got his peanut poppers.
Yeah, you can really see. I think Brawl.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He can't jump enemies.
I think Brawl was very specifically when you can see the movesets started to become much, much more referential.
And like normally, I would say, you know, it might get a little obnoxious, but no, please keep it coming.
Yeah. Well, given what the movesets are supposed to be and supposed to represent, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
I mean, I know there's a wacky secret in this level I'm probably not gonna remember how to get. Oh, that's cool, thank you. How do I get up there?
Oh, you have to bring espresso.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, but you can go down here.
That's the wacky secret, like this.
No, I think I was thinking about this one.
Oh, okay.
But,
yeah, this level in particular is it's very difficult to, like, get all of the bonus levels in it.
There are 5 wacky secrets. But luckily, he's right at the checkpoint, so you can make that happen.
Yeah. I think you might have to backtrack with him at some point.
Oh, that's right. Also, the traitor Kongs. Traitors to their country. Oh, no, please, Bert.
This whole game is more wacky secret than main game.
It's more secret than man. Rare really like to just, like, put sneakers on whatever they could think of. Sneakers and googly eyes. Like, if you can't put googly eyes on it, put some sneakers. Now, is it here?
I do love how Ukulele has googly eyes as, like, an enemy type.
Yeah.
And they'll bounce around
Like,
and attach themselves to inanimate objects and turn them into enemies.
Yeah, that's actually funny as heck. No. But yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm gonna get as many secrets as I can, and we'll see what things are looking like at the end of the game.
Yeah, similar to running around on a steel keg. Espresso's, like, ability is another one of those game mechanics that, while cool in concept, actually using it without knowing exactly where you were going or what you were doing always just felt like too much of a liability.
Yeah, a little bit.
I get why they cut that animal buddy from the sequels.
Oh, no. Okay. I am in constant fear.
Nice.
And then you spell Winky. You can't say that.
You can't say that on TV.
Oh, but then there's Rambus. You get more than one. Rhombus. We get to see his now. Wait.
Yeah, for whatever reason, the timer in this one just ticks down so freaking fast.
Oh, these are Mario seconds.
There's no way you can get to the 2x already. You basically have to go when the timer says about 50. Or
Yeah.
you're never gonna make it.
Yeah, you gotta go up here. But it's fine. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna need all those lives.
Oh, crap. Oh, okay, here we go. I see now. I need to get off of the bird. Well, bird's gone. Goodbye, bird.
Now you're going to the end guard. Bonus level.
Just show them all off. This is what they look like, friends.
Yeah, the only one you haven't been to is actually the one that I think gives the best potential payout, and that's Winky's.
Cause Winky is stinky. I can't remember where the thing is in this one.
It's like directly down from the starting point.
Oh.
You have to go through like
there we go.
Yeah.
In the Garden da Vida, baby.
In the garden.
That's a pretty good payout. But like I said, bird is right over here, so it's... Oh, no, never mind.
Oh, did I actually call the swordfish in garden a second ago?
Yeah, I don't know. People will make jokes about when I misspeak, and sometimes I don't even know that's what they're doing. I'm just like...
If I did, that's really funny. I know his name is in guard or on guard, but when I was a kid, for some reason, we did not understand how to pronounce that, and we would always call him in garden. I don't know where we got that, but that was his name to us.
I mean, it is a little peculiar. I'm trying to figure out where this secret was. This level is very dense. Very dense with hidden goodies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say this level and
I think it's down here. It was
whatever
not
the
down
factory
there.
level is with that you need to get 101% completion in. Those are probably the two hardest to get all the bonus levels in.
Okay, no, it's gotta be down here. It's gotta be down here.
Yeah, Oil Drum Alley, that was it.
Oh wait, that's not it. Oh. I misunderstood. No, wait, no I didn't. There we go.
Yeah, I gotta switch to Diddy so you don't accidentally throw the barrel.
Up! Yeah, Diddy is the superior secret finder. Which is why I have removed him from play, as it would make the game too easy.
Exactly. Also, you have too many lives you need to get. There you go. Now do that 18 more times so that the game can be properly challenging.
He gave me the curse. The ancient curse.
Yeah, Diddy is superior to the game's namesake in almost every situation.
But he can't jump on that one guy's head.
Yeah, so...
So who's really better?
To some extent, like, Diddy running so much faster...
I think I already messed this up.
Could be like a liability.
Harump.
Gotta make the DK64 noises.
I only remember Lanky's. Where he goes, Hopla!
I think DK is better in maybe Torchlight Trouble. Yeah, maybe. I'm almost to Torchlight Trouble, so I'll tell you when I get there.
Clam City.
Clam City? Can I get a hell yeah?
My crown is in the Forbidden Clam City! Give me that.
Clam City, not a euphemism.
DK, where's your hitbox? But yeah, I think I might have to try a little bit harder to just get a move on, because it is getting late.
We've been going for about an hour.
Yeah. This is not a super long game, especially compared to the sequels, but you know.
Langton Lion says, Alexander Clambell.
Oh no! He's turning them into goofy knickknacks.
Whenever you make a reference I don't get, I just assume it's probably SpongeBob.
No. Oh, but that hitbox registered just fine. I'm all the way back. The shell phone. Yeah. Oh, don't touch the fish. That fish just appeared out of thin water. Ooh. Don't touch me. Don't touch me, I'm sterile.
The way that these coral reefs levels look, and even the way the enemies look, really, to the way the same archetype appears in Donkey Kong Country 3, really see, like, the DKC one was so much more naturalistic.
Yeah. Though, I feel like the third game has a sort of, like, Canada thing going on.
It does, yeah.
Okay.
One of the brothers Bear works at a Tim Hortons.
I was trying to think of a good pun, but nothing was coming to me. You know, maybe I should... like, I'm only gonna collect the Winkies. That is my new pledge. Oh, God!
Everybody hates Bret Hart on Donkey Kong Island, but in the Northern Hemisphere, he's a hero.
You know, it's pretty impressive that Donkey Kong had the entire mountain shaped like his head.
Canada is famously much more fantastic and less natural than the rest of the world.
You know, it would be like... Can you imagine carving somebody's, like, giant head into the side of a mountain? That would be completely ridiculous. No one would ever do that in real life.
Yeah, you'd have to be some sort of a psychotic bastard to do that.
But yeah, anyway, here's Winkies, and then I'm probably never gonna go into these ever again.
Pirate Kong, I miss your Twitter threads about could Donkey Kong beat this game? That was a fantastic series, and I really enjoyed them.
Yes, but DK loses a part of himself in the process.
Every time K. Rool comes to Canada, he threatens to put a local hero in the sharpshooter and rings a bell instantly. Oh, that bastard.
This K. Rool guy's not very nice.
King K. Rool. wearing heart-shaped sunglasses and assless chaps.
And yeah, I think we got a good amount of lives at this point. It might be enough.
Yeah, I see what you mean, Pyrrhic. Torchlight Trouble has a lot of those skating enemies with the hard hats.
Oh. Please do not touch me.
So yeah, DK is probably a little easier here.
Oh no, don't touch me. He's got the Mario World thing where you can go like this. He
like
can
what?
He can swim very gradual like.
Yeah.
So not only can this gorilla swim, but he has fine control.
Oh no! When you get to Torchlight Trouble though, you'll have a major advantage in that you can blind the audience.
Also, I apologize. You know, you haven't like tuned into my streams. I make very ridiculous noises when I'm about to die in a video game.
Oh, there's no apologies necessary.
Stuff like,
I used to make content with Kalen, and he made ridiculous noises no matter what was going on.
yeah, and he said ow when he got hit, which is, I also sometimes do, for some reason. B.
Yeah, it's always nice because I can talk about the Let's Play days of the channel with you because you were actually there.
Yes, I was one of the people that watched them.
It was you and Kovar and me and Kalen, and that was pretty much it, really.
Well, VK Mize would show up sometimes to talk about DuckTales.
That's true. That's true. I feel like he didn't. I don't remember him showing up until like I was already sort of moving past the Let's Play stuff, though.
Yeah, true. I think you were mostly just doing streams at that point.
Yeah.
Though I consider that adjacent enough, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
So this is when the bosses stop being no effort and they start being a little effort.
A little effort. No, as far as DKC1 bosses go, I quite like this one.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's simple, but it works.
It's a lot more involved than very naughty or Neki was.
Yeah. But you just gotta learn. You just gotta learn what a sine wave is. Zingers would be absolutely terrifying in real life. I mean, considering the sort of insects we have, it's not even that unrealistic.
Zingers to me as a child were absolutely terrifying anyway.
There's a secret up there.
It took me an embarrassingly long time to realize that the reason that VK Mize always brought up DuckTales was because my logo was in the same font.
It's because DuckTales was his father. But yeah, I didn't realize that. But it makes so much sense now. Oh, I was hoping that would be a secret. I went through all that effort. Green bee.
Yeah, I never watched DuckTales as a kid.
Honestly, I've never watched it either. I watched the reboot. That was pretty good. And then they canceled it.
We didn't have the Disney Channel, so I was solely a Nickelodeon household.
That being said, I did catch up with Darkwing Duck on DVD. I really liked Darkwing Duck. That is a quality program. But yeah, I mostly, like a lot of people of my ilk, I mostly became aware of the show because of the game that was based on it.
Yeah, same here, really.
Snow. Hypothermia. I'll tell you, going out in the snow with wearing only a tie, I do not envy this guy. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it did.
I don't imagine that gorillas would be particularly well adapted to frigid climates.
Also, I'm not sure that this frigid climate would actually exist, but you know. The tropical freeze began early. Oh no, I overshot. Oh, but it's okay. It's actually okay.
And then in the returns and
not only was it okay, it was actually beneficial.
In the Retro Studios Donkey Kong games, the face on DK Island is conspicuously missing.
I'm surprised that just that didn't give Heil an aneurysm.
Oh, he just calmly explained that what happened was when the Tiki Tak tribe burst out of the volcano, that destroyed Gorilla Glacier and broke the face on Donkey Kong Island. It all makes sense.
Well, I think he's missing the simple explanation that Gorilla Glacier was a victim of global warming.
Yeah, that's I would not be surprised if he has said that exact thing.
Also, I'm pretty sure this song and level type only shows up here.
That's true, yeah. Flip slide ride. I'm really kind of surprised that it only shows up the one time, but it makes it very, very memorable.
I mean, it's cool looking. I'll say that. You got all the crystals. Bandicoot. Bring me the crystals.
This is really. Let me check my Rolodex of the levels. Yeah, this is like the most fantastical level in Donkey Kong Country 1.
And it looks real good. Oh. Oh, you don't use that here, you go down. You go down. You go down for that. And then what? Oh, it spells Nintendo.
Did you get the one at the start of the level?
I believe so, yes. Oh, I touched the wrong one. I don't really care all that much though, because like I said, I don't really need the reward. There's only one bonus level in this game where I actually care about winning.
I know which one it is.
Yeah.
Because you only get one shot.
Do not miss your chance to blow.
This opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
There's something down there. I don't even know. They like to... My inquisitive mind. You know, they say curiosity killed the gorilla.
Well-known saying, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of annoyed by people. Oh, it takes me all the way back here. I mean, it's
gorillas are well known for their inquisitiveness.
I mean, honestly, from what I've seen of them, actually true. I mean, more so chimps, so it might apply more to Diddy. Monkey's always doing crazy stuff. Fascinating
that poor hat
creature.
Has been stopped on so much he probably can't read it anymore.
Very fascinating creatures, these. I like the video of that one, like, monkey that, like, scratches his butt and then sniffs it and basically passes out.
I've not seen that one.
Well, I'll have to see if I can find it. Because it's really funny. Like, you would not think that an animal like that could have such great comedic timing.
But yeah, dude, me being here is kind of me returning the favor, because you were on a stream of mine about 9 years ago?
Yeah, it's a long time. Like you were saying, I don't think I had even finished going through puberty at that point.
You know, I don't remember knowing that you were that little.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I found a picture of myself from roughly around that era recently, and I was taken aback. I'm like, wow, have I really changed that much? Because I'm like a little baby. But yeah, it was a picture of me at the Wii U event. You remember that? They had at Best Buy.
Oh yeah, I went to that one too.
Yeah, and you know, it's fitting we bring that up right now because what I played was Tropical Freeze.
Uh-huh. So I did you know, could you see what other people were playing while you were in line?
Yeah. It was like just on a big screen. You watched other people go to town. Right. It was mostly Mario Kart and like 3D World, if I recall. Thank you for despawning that. I mean, I didn't want it anyway, but it's like whatever.
Yeah, I think Wind Waker was an option too with that.
Yeah, one person chose Wind Waker.
Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing anyone else, at least while we were in position to see the screen. I don't remember seeing anyone else play Tropical Freeze.
Yeah, I mean, Tropical Freeze wasn't one of the popular picks. It was like I said, it was mostly Mario Kart and 3D World. Oh! Well, I mean, at least I know I don't need to go over there now.
So cool though. Just
the E3 demo of the Mario Kart game we are still playing and getting content for. It's like GTA 5. It will never die.
Yeah, that was over. That Best Buy event was like more than 10 years ago now, I'm pretty sure.
And like somebody in your server posted a meme. I mean, I'd seen it before, but like, it was one of those ancient gamer memes, but it was just all of it was Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, or GTA 5.
Yeah, that's the best use of that meme. Because it's true, it's so true. Oh, look at this. This is a cool setup.
I was telling my best friend the other day that, like, you know, here's the weird thing. If me and you were the age now that we were when Sonic Heroes came out, then Sonic Heroes itself would have been released before we were born.
Man. The march of time is a terrifying yet beautiful thing. Like that death.
Like I've said, you kind of get used to it, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a teenager or like a kid, it's like things are going all the time. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I always notice people when they get into their, like, basically as soon as they pass their mid-20s, people will start talking about, oh my god, I can't believe I'm so old. But I think that's about the time that you notice it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I say it, but I tend to like mean it just kind of jokingly. Like I'm just kind of fooling around. It's like, no, I completely believe that Mario Sunshine is as old as it is.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I was saying in my server the other day that, like,
get me up there.
People, you know, they'll post this, what you think Mario was 20 years ago and it's Mario World, what Mario actually was 20 years ago and it's Sunshine. And I'm always like, no, I know exactly how long ago Mario Sunshine was. I am all too aware of that.
It was a day that would live in infamy.
The darkest day in the history of Nintendo.
But for me, it was Tuesday. Goodbye, bird. I probably needed you for a secret somewhere. Which is why I'm gonna...
Yeah, you did.
I'm very purposefully going to jump in this pit in order to try and get him back. God, stop slipping into the pit. Not into the pit, it burns! See, I told you I remembered the CDI.
Meanwhile, I have gone into no bonus stages whatsoever, and I'm in Poison Pond.
Yeah. Oh, no, don't. Can you, like... Sir, can I pay you, like, $200 to fuck off?
You know, one reason that DKC2 is the best Donkey Kong Country game is because it only has one traditional water level.
Oh, wow. You know, I mean... Wait, define traditional.
I mean one where, like, you're spending pretty much the entire time underwater. Like, the whole level.
You know what,
or
I
at least
don't
all of
want the
end
O.
is underwater.
I don't want the O. You can keep your O. I mean, I'm looking. Is it? I mean, there's this. God, DK, can you, like, not? I thought I was Diddy. Or I thought I wasn't Diddy. Oh, wait, there it is.
And be careful or you're gonna do the glitch.
Oh, I gotta get up higher. Can we get much higher? Yes, we can.
Arctic Abyss is pretty close, yeah.
Which one is the best one? Is that green or blue? I guess it's blue.
Yeah, it's blue. Blue is 3 lives, green is 2 lives.
Yeah, I sort of realized after I said it that, like, well, if blue also gave you 2 lives, that would be kind of pointless. Thank you, Zeal. Yeah, me and Bitrate haven't always gotten along.
Yep, same point values as Banjo-Tooie. Pretty much in any rare game, the red one is worth 1, the green one is worth 2, the blue one is worth 3.
Maybe what I can do, you know, since I'm, like, worried about time tonight, because you know, I don't want to stay up all night. Maybe whatever secrets I miss, I can just, like, do a video, like, do a recording of me getting them.
Yeah.
And then, like, show you what the difference is. I mean, I know people can just look it up on YouTube, but, you know, it's got to be special.
It's more fun if you're there. It's more personal.
Yeah. Got that personal touch. Ribbed for her pleasure.
Sir, this is a family channel.
Oh, well, I wasn't told. Honestly, I used to, like, sort of go back and forth on what my demographic was supposed to be, like, but then I decided, like, I swear, like, I don't swear all the time, like, I'm not a super sailor mouth, but I do it too often for me to really feel good saying, like, yeah, kids can watch this, it's fine.
Traditionally, the Geek Critique was always PG unless Kalen was there, in which case I could not possibly maintain that.
Ah, the Zen. This is a very blue level.
Dabba dee dabba die.
Dabba dee dabba die.
Oh man, we both went there. Oh jeez.
It's an easy joke. That song changed society. It shaped the lives of millions.
Mm-hmm. I am now jumping directly into pits in Blackout Basement.
Oh.
Don't have the patience for this.
Speaking of not having the patience, me running into that. I'll tell you, that's probably like one of my video game pet peeve tropes is levels where they impair your vision. I've never been a huge fan of those.
I think Blackout Basement is probably like it's very intentionally designed to like work with that. But yeah, when like a normal game, like I remember some Metroid games will just like have entire sections where you're in the dark the whole time.
Like, I know,
that's just frustrating.
It'll probably hurt Zeal to hear this, but I really hated it in Shovel Knight.
I don't even remember that happening in Shovel Knight, but it's been quite a while.
During Spectre Knight stage, if I recall.
Yeah, I played that game a whole bunch when the Switch first came out, but that was quite a while ago now.
I first played it on the 3DS.
Hell yeah.
It did have cool 3D effects, though. Unguirdy, please come back.
Yeah, I think that was the only version that was initially compatible with Amiibo. Although, no, I guess the Wii U version would have been too.
Is the Switch version not?
No, the Switch version is.
Oh.
It's just the Wii U and 3DS versions came out before the Switch version.
Let's see what Cranky has to say. In jungle hijinks, stick to the treetop.
God, I wish I'd known.
That's so long, sucker. Oh, here's Torchlight trouble. Oh, boy. Oh, that's right, because here's Squawks. Oh, seizure warning. I forgot he did it in this. I forgot he did it in this game. Oh. I probably want to be...
Nice. That was very lucky.
I probably want to be DK for this. Yeah, so Donkey Kong Country has this mechanic that I've done a couple times during this playthrough, but I've never actually commented on it, where you can jump out of a roll, and the game kind of expects you to do this. That's on several occasions.
Very, very intentional. It was always fun to try and pause the game with a completely white screen.
I have no idea who at Rare thought that this was a good idea.
To be fair, like, we didn't actually know that epilepsy was a real thing in 1994. Like, you know,
yeah, nobody cared back then.
Well before the age of modern medicine. It was, so, you know, it was acceptable for the time.
Yeah, I pretty much tell people, like, if you have epilepsy, do not watch me stream anything on the NES.
Yeah.
Especially, like, least of all, Zelda 2. See, I mean, it's more immersive that way, because you see, when Ganondorf comes back, you know, he has to kill Link and, like, get his blood. So, if you have epilepsy, the game kills you, too.
Right.
It's much more immersive.
Yeah, games back then weren't afraid to be immersive. They weren't afraid to truly challenge you. Also, we didn't care about graphics back then.
Though, it's also sort of a microtransaction because, you know, American healthcare costs money.
And nothing micro about that transaction.
Well, I mean, to be fair, in Mario Kart Tour, you have to pay like $40 for Diddy Kong, so...
And he's worth every penny.
Oh, I hate mobile games so much, I despise them. Or at least what they've become.
What they've become, yeah.
Like, there was a point when, like, iPhone was a new thing, when there was actually a lot of cool stuff on there, like you could play Earthworm Jim on your iPhone. And then, then people were like, oh hey, let's not do that anymore, and instead, like, let's manipulate kids into spending $400 on their parents' credit cards.
Yeah, like, around 2013, like, it just shifted.
Yeah, and that's why I don't play anything on my phone. Like, there was a point where I did, but now I'm just like, no, you know, if I want video games, I'm just gonna take the Steam Deck with me.
Yeah, the things that I do occasionally play on my phone are, like, literally the exact same things that I was playing a decade ago.
Yeah. And there are better ways to play widescreen Sonic 1 now.
Debatably.
Well, I mean, you know, you got the decomps at least, if you're not feeling Origins. Oh.
No, I'm actually one of the biggest Origins dick riders I know.
I don't think it has one of those.
Probably not.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, Origins has been improved a bit. Like, one of my biggest problems, the bilinear filter, was just removed. And that alone brings it up like a full letter grade. Though, that being said, it's still not scaled totally evenly. I know that I'm not gonna be able to convince Sonic Team to patch in an integer scale mode. Like, it sucks though, because it's so close. It's like it's just a couple columns of pixels that are off.
Yeah, and it's frustrating because it's something Mania got right.
Yeah. Mania... I mean,
Not that
Mania...
there was much that Mania didn't get right.
Also very true. Mania was scaled unevenly, but it kind of, like, filtered it a bit. No, I actually... No! No! How did I win that? How did I win that? Okay, just grab a few of these, then go over here.
Yeah, Shaded Zeal says Super Mario Run was alright, but then every other Nintendo mobile game had microtransactions. I mean, Super Mario Run was also just like a huge failure. Like critically on the App Store, because everybody just was like, oh, why do I have to pay $10 for like an entire game? I'd rather pay 99 cents 800 times.
Yeah, it's funny how that works out.
Yeah.
But it's
what mobile players are used to, so
it's so manipulative. It's like, hey,
the game isn't manipulating me enough.
It's like, hey, the game is not fun. If it's fun, why bother?
If it's fun, it's not profitable.
Yeah, because the thing is, they start out, what they do is they start out okay, and then they gradually make the game less and less fun, but then you're like, well, maybe if I pay $5, it'll become fun again. And by that point, you're balls deep in sunk cast. I'm in a cast in a minute. But, sunk cost fallacy. Mania uneven, talking about image quality. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. We were talking about how Origins removed the bilinear filter.
Yeah, the only time I ever got hooked by anything like that was with Sonic Runners over the 2015 Sonic's birthday event, where I got way too
beaver but hard.
I got way too into like the fear. I got FOMO-ified by the idea that I wouldn't be able to get classic Sonic later.
Yeah.
So I spent like $70.
That's how they get you, boy. That's how they get you. Also, kids, if your beaver is hard for more than 5 hours, consult a doctor. Crim Croc. So we're getting closer to the end. Oh,
I don't think kids should be worried about such things.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know, teenagers are kids, right? Oh!
The answer to that question is why I definitely shouldn't have had you as a teenager on a stream with Kalen.
Well, I mean, the truth is, as much as we don't want to acknowledge it, a lot of these kids know the fuck word. That's it. And they're watching.
What is society coming to, Dustin?
And they're watching Five Nights at Freddy. We've all. Oh yeah. Also, this song is really good. Love Fear Factory. Mm-hmm. You remember Fear Factor? You remember that show?
I was gonna bring that up if you didn't.
Oh, we are one.
Yeah, I remember Fear Factor.
We're gonna put these people in a tub of cockroaches.
Spirit Kong says, I think it's fine to be a dolphin for mobile games, as long as you avoid total whaledom. Oh yeah, like, if you're having fun with a mobile game, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, dropping a few bucks on it, or, you know, getting, like, some games have, like, the, you know, pay $4.99 and get rid of ads forever, and you're like, yeah, that's fine if it's a game you like anyway. It's just, like, so many of them are so insidiously designed to get you to, like,
yeah,
you know,
I'm more
like,
so
like, okay, well, hey, this is just $3 and this is just $3, and you know, and you do that over and over again.
I more so hate the game than the player.
Mm-hmm.
Also, oh crap, I am losing my bit rate. Okay, it's back. Did Snoop Dogg show up? I know, to someone who hasn't watched many of my streams, that is a bizarre turn of phrase, but he did? Okay. Yeah, basically I have a little point reward where you can make Snoop Dogg dance in the corner. God, the tire. And it's gone. The tire is completely gone.
Pirate Kong says, I think I've avoided paying for every mobile game, except I wanted Daniel Bryan for a WWE puzzle game. You know, that's funny because the only other mobile game that I've ever, the only other free-to-play mobile game I've spent money on is called WWE Supercard. And I bought a couple of packs on that, and that's always the example I come to, and I'm like, you know, if you enjoy a game...
I'm proud to say that I am pretty sure that I have never indulged a microtransaction.
Nice.
I mean, I'm not going to say, like, oh, I'm better than you, but, you know, I like to say...
But it is implied. You're not going to say it, but you'll be happy to imply it.
Also, I like the oil drums because they feel like a reference to the arcade game. I mean, technically, the whole mechanic of throwing barrels is...
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. Like, I really do appreciate that they took, like, something that the antagonist of that game did, and they were like, you should be able to do that.
Yeah, and it's also the sort of thing that's very difficult for me to even think about that way, because I knew about Donkey Kong Country before I really understood what Donkey Kong Arcade was.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, most of my Donkey Kong exposure at first was the rare version of Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Probably true for most people at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I played, I think my first Donkey Kong game was, Donkey Kong 64, unfortunately enough. But, I've told this story before, but I was always, like, really scared of that game for some reason. Like, as a kid, just for some reason. I think it was the big old freaking laser gun that K. Rool had and the respawning.
Oh, yeah, that'd do it.
And the respawning enemies, it just intimidated me. I was like, I don't want to play this. It's too scary. But I eventually got over it. And now it's scary for a different reason.
It's scary for being a time sink.
Yeah. But honestly, it's not too bad. It's like, you gotta have a lot of patience for it. But it's not too bad a game. It's just kind of like Banjo-Kazooie in excess. Sakurai, put your childhood trauma in Smash. Oh, but by the time K. Rool was announced for Smash, I was old enough to think that was actually awesome. Like, I love K. Rool's Final Smash. Wouldn't have done it any differently.
Yeah, that's... Honestly, everything about K. Rool, like, from the announcement video on, it could not have been done any better.
Yeah, it was perfect.
I have no the announcement video in particular felt like such a love letter to, like, us, to, like, long-time rare Donkey Kong fans.
Yeah, I've said it before, but a lot of my most, like, the content that got me the most excited about Smash Ultimate was kind of in the base roster, because, like, you had the triple threat of Ridley, King K. Rool, and the Belmonts, and I was like, this is awesome. And unfortunately, in the DLC, nothing besides maybe like Banjo really lived up to that for me.
From the DLC, I was very hyped about Banjo, of course, and
also Hello Po.
Yeah, but I was pretty hyped for Sephiroth too.
I mean, I think Sephiroth is funny, at least. Like, I'm gonna just like, I liked him for the memes, if nothing else.
I did love the way that they did that special thing for Sephiroth, where you could fight him from the main menu and unlock him early.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't super into Sora. I'm sorry to say, I never played Kingdom Hearts. I didn't. Like, it was not something that impacted me.
I was very excited on behalf of my wife and a lot of my friends, because they love Kingdom Hearts.
Come on, I need to get up into the barrel! But yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people were happy for Sora. I mean, I guess my big complaint is, I'd always say that, you know, maybe the DLC could have been a bit more balanced, I guess is how I would put it. Like, it definitely skewed a bit towards JRPGs and fighting games.
And third parties, for that matter. You had Midmen, Piranha Plant, sort of, and Byleth. And were those the only like Nintendo IPs?
Honestly, I don't know. I'd have to go through it again. They should have had more Shovel Knight characters. I love playing Terry so much. Pyric. I've never actually had to say this man's name out loud. I'm sorry. But
He said Pyric, and he's never corrected me. So,
but that's the thing about streaming is I always feel like such a bad friend. But it's like I have literally only talked to you in text form up to this point. I have never actually had to say your name out loud. But yeah, I mean I haven't ever played King of Fighters, but I do enjoy playing as Terry. He's fun.
Yeah,
He's
like
okay.
similarly to the way that K. Rool and Banjo, for that matter, like their reveal trailers made me feel, like Terry's was just such an absolutely loving tribute to the Neo Geo that I do
love that.
Extremely special to people.
I mean, and I will appreciate though that like I'm pretty sure like Brazil really loves Terry, and you know Brazil doesn't get their fan favorites very often.
they need to put a Master System representation in Smash.
Honestly, I wouldn't complain about Alex Kidd.
Yeah.
But then again, you could add most Sega characters and I'd probably be fine with it. Like you wanna like add Knights, I would love that. Add, you know,
Knights would be a very easy assist trophy and a very difficult fighter to implement.
Oh crap, I already messed up, I think. Honestly, I think that's why I would want to see it, because I know Knights just strikes me as the kind of character that would be hard to implement, but I know Sakurai could do it.
Of course.
Like, I know he would do it justice. But yeah, the thing about me and Smash is that, you know, everybody knows that I want the freaking, like, first-party NES character that hasn't shown up in, like, 30 years.
Right.
Honestly, I say that, but I would be fine with Star Tropics just getting, like, some smaller representation. Like, I don't need it to be a whole character.
A Star Tropics stage could be pretty cool. Like, you know, there's some like Nintendo franchises that have like representation but no fighter, like Bloom Fight.
Yeah, like, you know, you could also put the... I think, honestly, bare minimum, you should put the dungeon music in, because everybody loves the dungeon music.
But I think you theorized on the server the other day, and I think it's a good theory. The fact that Star Tropics didn't come out in Japan, like...
Yeah, that's what holds it back.
Yeah.
Because you notice,
I just don't think of it.
Kid Icarus 2 isn't represented at all, I don't think. There's also nothing from Gumshoe, I don't think. I could be wrong about that. I mean, not that Gumshoe is exactly a big, heavy hitter NES game, but, you know, Smash has put weirder things in.
Oh, I thought you meant the Phoenix Wright character.
Oh, yeah, no, not him. It's a game on the NES where it's like you use the zapper to control a dude named, what was his name? It's like Detective Stevenson, I think it was.
Oh, no, I knew you meant an NES game. I don't actually know anything about it, but...
Yeah, but you shoot at him to make him jump, and you, like, have to shoot at obstacles in his way. I mean, I've never played it, but you know, it's a neat use of the zapper. Music's pretty good though. Goes like don't 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 don't, and I like that.
I'm sure I heard that song in like a billion 2000s era YouTube videos.
Also, it's from the pedigree of Sakamoto behind Metroid.
Nice.
Like there's also like Star Tropics is also by the Punch-Out guy, which I don't know how many people know.
Yeah, I did not know. I just beat King K. Rool, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. I told you people it was not a good bet. This man has played Donkey Kong Country so much more than me. And I mean, even if I did play it as much as him, I'm not convinced I would be as good. Is this down here? Nope.
Somebody said, Dustin, I believed in you.
I was right to believe in you, Josh.
Thank you, Pyrrhic, for your totally and completely intended vote of confidence.
Yeah, Genyo Takeda.
Sakamoto, the other M guy.
The other M guy.
Yeah, you're always remembered for your biggest failure.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad for him, but honestly, the Metroid series, I thought that respawned for some reason. The Metroid series has gotten back on track, so I gotta give him credit. Oh no! That's not a good thing to do. I only recognize Terry because of his gender bent cutie from the year form from the year prior that everyone wanted to boink.
No, we're talking about Terry, not Bowser.
That's always what it comes down to, huh? Other M is pretty much the only blemish on his resume. Very true, very true. I mean,
yeah.
one big failure in a sea of successes. You know, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I'm more mellow on in general, but about other M specifically than I used to be.
I mean, I'll be real, and I've said this before. As a game, like purely as a game, it's not that bad. It's mostly just how it butchered Samus.
I think Nintendo was trying very hard, and it was a very reasonable thing to try. But they were really, really, really hopeful that at least some of the 680 billion people who had bought a video game console for the first time for Wii Sports might get into literally any other video game.
Yeah, Nintendo struggle with that.
And so, like, Other M was one of the examples of a game that's like, in any other era, there's no way it would have played like that. But they really, really wanted it to be accessible. They wanted people who had never played a Metroid game before to be able to get into it and be able to understand it. So I think that's understandable, even though, boy, it sure didn't work out.
Yeah, and then that whole mentality completely capsized with the Wii U. And I mean, I enjoyed my Wii U. Like, I mean, I don't know if I'd go as far to say a defender, but I appreciate the Wii U. But my god, it was the worst possible thing they could have done.
Yeah. Could have used a different name, could have used different marketing,
and
could have done a lot of things.
And honestly, where's the handle? How am I supposed to carry that thing around?
I mean, the back of the gamepad has that gigantic, like, half-pipe slope. You can kind of use that as a handle.
I really need to replace my gamepad battery. It does not.
I think everybody does at this point.
It does not hold a charge like it used to. Oh, I think I know this. This is a secret. Like, some of these secrets are a little dastardly, and you know.
Oh, I had no idea that one was there.
At this time of night, I'm probably not going to remember all of them. Like I said, I think what I'll do is whatever I miss, I'll put in like a little compilation video.
Kovar said, I turned my brain off for the cutscenes and genuinely had a good time with the rest of the game.
Yeah, honestly, my only real big complaint with Other M's gameplay, well, okay, maybe it's a little too linear, I don't know, but you know, the big issue is that it uses the D-pad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it used an analog stick, I don't think I'd have much to complain about. Because it pretty much does feel like 2D Metroid in 3D.
Yeah, now that, you know, I was playing Other M a little bit a couple of weeks ago with that improvement mod that I talked about way back in the video for it.
Oh yeah.
And
forgot about that.
Like, you know, it really reminded me, like, now that 2D Metroid
that is so cheap.
Yeah, that was. Now that 2D Metroid seems to be back and in a good place, and Prime 4 will presumably come out someday. I would really, really like to see them give another shot to this, replicating the 2D Metroid game in 3D, and then there was a lot of potential in Other M, and I feel like its failure, critically and commercially, really stymied the chance that they'd go back there anytime soon.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, is that Other M, like, there's potential, but it's not a well that they're gonna want to tap into because of how people treat that game. And again, understandably,
Metroid's in a better place now, and it's been, it was like 13 years ago, so maybe they'd be willing to give it another shot.
I mean, either way, if we're getting 2D Metroid and, Prime, I can't complain. Like,
no,
I can't.
Not at all.
I mean, allegedly getting Prime.
I think people would be open to it at this point. I think the series has regained its goodwill.
Also, I know this is a little sacrilege, but I'm honestly not in a huge hurry for Prime 4 to come out, because I wanted to stream it, and I still gotta go through Hunters and Prime 3. So I'm like, please, by all means, take your time. But I realize that's it's very selfish.
Pyric says, I would only see an Other M remake if Kojima directed it. The title pun is the exact thing he would love. Oh my god.
But we also get Space Rocketman. Honestly, Kojima's a little bit of maybe a bit of a conceited auteur, but I can't hate him. He's just so goofy. One of these days, like, I'll stream myself playing Metal Gear, and hopefully Kovar will enjoy that. Although, me being God, I keep doing things like that. Donkey Kong is caught on the coral reef. But, me being the, release order asshole that I am, I'm probably gonna play, the MSX game first. Though I think he's fine with that. Why did I do that? Why am I... Man, I haven't played Donkey Kong Country in a long time. I am so rusty.
You're getting to the tough parts now.
I am so rusty.
The MSX Metal Gear games are some of those games where I feel like I strongly suspect that the only people who actually play them now are YouTubers making retrospectives who need context to play the later games.
Yeah, I understand. Those are all in the collection coming out now. You can even play Snake's Revenge. I actually have a card of Snake's Revenge.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have Metal Gear on the NES. I do not have Snake's Revenge. I don't think I've ever even seen that.
Oh, please come back. Come back, fishy man. Don't waste your time with the NES port of Metal Gear Solid 1. Yeah, I've heard it's basically just the MSX game, but worse.
Much worse, yeah. I feel asleep.
Yeah, but I will be missing out on that, which I love so dearly.
Music's pretty good, though.
Oh yeah, I've listened to a bit of the soundtrack, and I mean, just about anything Konami put out on the NES went hard as hell.
Yeah, Kovar always astounds me because the first Metal Gear game he played was 4, and that's like the worst to start.
Oh. Oh. Oh, where am I?
Whoa, that screen scroll was awkward.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the camera smoothing in this game, but, sometimes it doesn't always work out. I mean, honestly, at one point I was trying to make a Donkey Kong Country fan game, and, sometimes you don't realize just how much, crazy stuff the camera is doing.
Mm-hmm.
It just flows so seamlessly most of the time.
That's the mark of a good video game camera, is that the player doesn't have to think about it.
Yeah. But then once you're trying to replicate it, you're like, holy crap, this thing is locking at various points. It's, setting boundaries, it's scrolling smoothly.
Barrick says, my editor also started with 4, and I am baffled every day by their decision. And then they say, it's a nostalgic childhood game I love. And I will admit that did make me feel old. You know,
oh no, the cave!
Metal Gear is a weird game to think of as a childhood game. Like, do the children yearn for the Metal Gear? I feel like that's not a series that a lot of people get into when they're like, you know, preteens.
The children yearn for the nuke. Also, yeah, this is the level where, for some reason, they jump out of the cart.
Yeah, first mine.
Oh, cool.
First minecart level, the cart jumps with them.
Yeah, inconsistency.
Apparently, the kids thought Old Snake was hip.
He threw out his hip, I think. I want that secret.
Yeah, Kovar says, I started with 4 because I got it with my PS3. Didn't realize how story-driven it would turn out, just knew it was a stealth game and hella hyped.
Yeah, I remember some of the hype for MGS4. I remember seeing, like, promotional materials in GameStops and whatnot.
Yeah, Kovar, didn't you also get the Gunmetal Gray PS3? The big special edition with Snake on the boss.
It saved the PS3. Oh yeah, it did. Because before that, Microsoft was kind of wiping the floor with them.
There were a lot of games that were hyped up as saving the PS3, but in the end it turned out to be Kevin Butler.
Because yeah, I've heard that the PS3, like the PS3 and the PS2 were both kind of like difficult to develop for.
Oh yeah.
And that's why Sonic 06 runs marginally worse.
I mean,
sure.
lots of cross-gen ports in the 7th gen, especially early on, tended to be a lot worse on the PS3. The Orange Box was like that. BioShock was like that.
Oh yeah, the Orange Box. That's how I played Portal for the first time. I mean, that's how Portal was released for the first time.
That's how Portal was released for the first time, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't have a 360 or a PS3 until later, but one of my friends brought his 360 over. Like, he was more into he was more into Team Fortress, but I was, like, enamored by Portal. I was like, this game is so cool.
Mm-hmm. It was, yeah.
Yeah, and, I mean, even today, I'm very impressed by how smoothly the portals work in that game. Like, it is downright seamless.
Yeah, that's a really good example of a game that could not have worked like that in previous generations.
Yeah. God, like I just remember, like...
increasing technology, allowing for new things with game design.
I just remember, like, realizing for the first time that you could do the portal on the ceiling and floor trick that everybody does.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I played Team Fortress with you recently. Mm-hmm. You know, my audience may not know. And that was my first time playing it, and I had a lot of fun. It's a good time. I'm a little late. Just a little bit.
It's never too late to play TF2. But Kovar said he didn't get the Gunmetal Gray one because it had no backwards compatibility. Ooh. Yeah, you know, in retrospect, I really, really wish I'd just gone that way. But like, I had me and a buddy of mine, neither one of us had any interest whatsoever in getting a PS3 except for Metal Gear Solid 4. I was so sure I wasn't going to play it anytime soon that I'd already watched all the cutscenes on YouTube. So in a sense, I'd already experienced the entire game. But we found a bit of a deal for the Gunmetal Gray PS3 in like that fall, the fall after it came out, and we just sort of decided, okay, yeah, we can go in together, we can both play it, and then that was the only PS3 game I owned for like a year.
You went halfsies on it.
We went halfsies on it.
Yeah, I ended up getting one, like, I want to say, like, towards the end of its life, but before it properly died. Mm-hmm. I got it because I really wanted to play Little Big Planet. That
Yeah.
game, that was a really cool game for me. Like, I just was so impressed by, like, oh wow, you can just make your own levels out of just about anything you want.
Yeah, that was quite a system seller for the PS3 too.
Yeah. And
the point where they sort of started to get it on track.
we don't see a lot of I don't feel like the PS3's having not PS3, the PlayStation in general is having a ton of stuff like that that's interested in me lately. I mean,
Sony's... Go ahead.
Astro's Playroom, I watched Vinesauce play it, and that's a really cool game, but it unfortunately would not be enough to get me to buy a PS5.
Yeah, that is still, unfortunately, like 2 years later, probably the PS5 exclusive that I've played the most.
Yeah,
Sony's whole deal
make more
nowadays
stuff
is
like that.
very narrative-driven, prestige AAA games.
Yeah, and that
that's
just doesn't really appeal to me as much.
Yeah, that's
there's
not
a
my
barrel
scene.
somewhere that I mean, I guess I must have just wasted it or something.
Kovar says, I didn't have a PS2, so backwards compatibility was kind of a huge selling point for me. Yeah, for real. Like,
Yeah, me, I had
if you didn't have a PS2, there were like the PS2 library was basically
Oh
endless.
wait! Here's the best boss in the game.
Dumb Drum.
Barrel, metal barrel. I call into question the sentience of this object.
If you don't have overscan, you can see him hanging out at the very top of the screen while you fight the enemies.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Because I don't have overscan. Also, you can see that the banana horde doesn't extend all the way up.
Oh yeah. I never noticed that one before. Oh, Heil needs to explain that immediately.
But yeah, I ended up getting a PS2 first before a PS3 because I heard everybody say the PS2 was great, and to be fair, it is. But I mean, you know, once you are able to, you know, put aside the fact that it killed your favorite console.
The PS2 is great. For me to poop on.
Oh. Okay, so I think this is the last proper world.
It is, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I will still say though that out of the 6th gen consoles, the PS2 is probably my least favorite, but that speaks less to a lack of quality on the PS2 and more just how much I like everything else. Like, I will admit, the Xbox is pretty cool. I didn't much care for Halo or anything, but as a piece of hardware to play Crash Wrath of Cortex on.
Yeah, the Xbox is essentially the closest you can get to a Dreamcast 2.
Yeah, and yeah, you also have all the Sega stuff on it.
Yeah.
Like GameCube got Sonic and like Billy Hatcher, and then Xbox got just about everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think
I should have gotten an Xbox, Dustin, but how could I have known?
I mean, I don't regret my decision at all. I mean, granted, I don't think it was my decision. I think my parents just came in one day and said, "Hey, yo, here's a GameCube," and I'm like, "Oh."
Oh no! If I had been like even like 4 years younger, the GameCube would have been perfect.
Yeah, I feel like it's sort of a meme to say this, but it's like the GameCube's great when you don't have an edgy teenager in your ear telling you it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but as a kid who didn't care about, you know, being seen as, you know, a cool adult or like the GameCube living up to that sort of thing, I very much enjoyed my time with that console. It had a lot of stuff I really liked on it. Oh, engage. No.
The GameCube had a lot of stuff I really liked on it. If pressed, I mean, it's still my second favorite 6th gen console after the Dreamcast. It's just the things that I ended up liking on it were not the things that I expected to like on it.
Yeah, they definitely got a little weird with it, and you know, sometimes that'll appeal to you, sometimes it won't. Like, I definitely understand, like, as much as I defend Sunshine, I do agree that, like, not following up, like, with a more directly Mario 64 game, and then, you know, putting a jetpack on Mario's back, like a water jetpack, having him clean up graffiti, is a bit of a peculiar step for the series.
But I think what hurt it more than the concept was this idea that Iwata seemed to really push early in his presidency of like, okay, through the N64 era, Nintendo had this reputation for constantly delaying games. Because, like, you know, Zelda was announced as coming out in 97, then it gets pushed to early 98, then it gets pushed to late 98.
Yeah, and
so they really wanted to, like, have firm release dates.
Yeah,
but
and then
really hurt a lot of games.
Oh no, go fast. But yeah, Sunshine and Wind Waker definitely suffered a bit from that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even as someone who enjoys both of those games, I definitely think, you know, you can tell that the devs weren't quite done with them yet.
And I do think also I would have been a lot happier during that time, because the GameCube was kind of one of those things where like with a lot of Nintendo consoles, if you all you have is the Nintendo console, you're not really gonna be too satisfied with that by itself.
I mean, like I said, I was as a kid, but that's mostly just because...
I mean, yeah, the N64 was the same way, but I was totally 100% happy with it as a kid.
Yeah.
It's just,
Although it also helps being just kind of oblivious to what the other consoles had. Like,
but, you know, I was very tuned into this stuff by then, and so like seeing Grand Theft Auto and people talk about Halo and Fable and just like all this stuff was being pushed by the internet and by like my peers at school, and you know, like I remember my friends, a bunch of my friends at school,
momentum
specifically, like took a sick day, the day that Halo 2 came out. Because they were so hyped about that game, and they just wanted to play it all day.
It really is fascinating how,
and so just not getting to like participate in like any of that, because the only alive 6th gen console I had was the GameCube, and I kept having to replace them for infuriating reasons.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that one time. What are those reasons? Like, what was wrong with it?
Okay, so my first GameCube, I had it up on like a dresser, and this is so funny because people are always like, "Oh, Nintendo's hardware is so meticulously tested; it's indestructible." Like one of my friends like lifted up his leg and brought it down on the controller wire, and it fell off of this dresser and hit a carpeted floor, and it still worked almost perfectly, except the player 1 and 2 controller ports no longer functioned.
Oh yeah, that very nearly happened to my Wii one time, but luckily I think it just made it a little crooked, and it still like mostly works.
And then so I replaced that, and then you know, but like that was the thing. I had so many GameCube games even by that point. I'm like, well, I can't. It wouldn't make sense to like not have a GameCube.
Yeah,
but you know, I was still in that weird. But you know, as a teenager, I couldn't like get a job, so I kept having to burn like Christmas and birthday presents on
Miles says he was one of the Zelda people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like again, I feel like, considering how young the Zelda series was at that point, I feel like that's a secret. I'm going to die. You know, considering how young the Zelda series was back then, I can understand how you could come off of Ocarina and Majora and, you know, again, think that's a little peculiar. Though, well, I've talked about it with him several times that... Oh, I just did it again, didn't I? But I've talked about it several times with him that, you know, people were just a bit, like, self-conscious about how their hobby was being perceived back then.
They were, for sure. I think also a big factor was that, like, Nintendo, if you were a Nintendo fan on the internet in the early 2000s, then you just had to constantly contend with this notion that Nintendo was for little babies. You know, Nintendo, like, real gamers had a PlayStation or an Xbox or something like that.
Come back.
Like,
please.
Like, well, are you still messing with this kitty shit back here?
I'm pretty sure Rambi just flashed red for like a single frame.
Maybe. But like Zelda was like one of those series that you could point to and be like, nah, nothing else on those other consoles is like as good as Zelda. And it was a very not like M-rated mature, but it was a very mature oriented series, and so
it was sophisticated.
Sophisticated, yeah. So I think, and I'm saying this as somebody who liked Wind Waker's art style even then and did not feel at all slighted by it, but I also had, no particular, like, affinity for the Zelda series, especially back then. So I definitely understand in the context of the time why people reacted so harshly to that, because it was like, a lot of it was just like, well, you're just proving what everybody says right. You're just proving that Nintendo is just for children, and that we're babies for still sticking with it after all this time.
Who sent these babies here to fight?
What seek man?
But
then, so I replaced my GameCube. My second GameCube got stolen. I ran a video game club in high school, and so I brought it to.
I am batting 1,000 right now.
I brought it to school so everybody could play it, and I always knew who stole it, but I could never prove it, and of course they weren't going to say anything. But so that sucked.
Couldn't be Jimmy. Couldn't be precious Jimmy.
Putting his hand in the candy jar, stealing them blind.
I've still not watched any of the shows in the Breaking Verse. I probably should, because I keep hearing how fantastic they are, but I keep putting it off.
The PS2 is also pretty hard to go back to nowadays because it does not do. It's the only 6th-gen console that, for the most part, doesn't do 480p.
Yeah, there's some of it, but they did not consider that a priority. Luckily, somebody has worked out a way to force it, but it's not perfect. So I definitely recommend, it's hard to recommend because it's so, gosh darn expensive. But if you can get your hands on a retro tank, then that's a very good way to play PS2.
And Poe said earlier, getting into the PS2 now is hurt by the lack of exclusives that haven't been ported elsewhere and play much better.
True. I like Ape Escape, though.
I remember when I got my PS2, or rather when I got my HD TV, this was like one of the really early, 2008 cheapo HD TV sets. I say cheapo, it was $450 for like a 23-inch 720p screen, but that was just how it was back then.
Yeah, and, I remember our first HD TV was really small.
Yeah. But the first thing I played on it was a huge mistake. The first thing I played on it was the Xbox 360. And I was just completely blown away by it.
Yeah, your standards were set very high by that.
Yeah, and then on the way home from getting that TV, I had swung by Blockbuster, which tells you how long ago this was.
Yeah.
And picked up Wii component cables. So the second thing I tried on it was the Wii, and I was like, well, that's not nearly as good, but it's fine. It's still an improvement, And then the third thing I tried was Metal Gear Solid 3 on the PS2, and I'm like, oh, this is unplayable on this thing. Holy shit.
Yeah, it probably didn't help that your TV was probably doing a lot of deinterlacing that added a lot of input lag.
Oh yeah, it absolutely was. It was it did not handle 480i content at all.
Yeah. So that's actually why these scalers have such a presence in retro gaming markets, because the deinterlacers and stuff like that on you can tell that my focus is deteriorating.
Yeah, maybe we should shut up a little bit and let you focus on what you're doing.
Nah, it's cool. But yeah, we had a real small one, and that's mostly what I played Little Big Planet on, because Little Big Planet over Composite looked really bad.
God, I bet. Yeah, Poe said, especially early HD TV interlacing And yeah, like I remember just even just like watching Snake's running animation. I didn't know exactly what like interlaced versus progressive video was, but like I knew that it just looked terrible.
You knew that something had gone wrong. Something had gone awry.
And I was like using the PS2 through component cable, so I'm like, I was expecting it to look better than that, but jeez.
And yeah, also the thing about the Wii, and I didn't even know this myself until recently, is that it applies a de-interlacing filter on everything.
Yep. Most GameCube games do too, don't they?
I don't recall. But yeah,
I know Melee gave you the option to turn it on or off, the deflicker.
Yeah, but if you go into, like, if you have USB Loader GX installed, and at this point you absolutely should, you can disable that, and you can force it off, and it looks so much better.
Yeah.
Especially since you don't even need a de-interlace, and also I know there was a secret back there that I missed, but I'm like, I don't know. Just get through it. It's getting late, and I don't have time to just keep dying and replaying the level.
On the bright side, that original HDTV, this was that bizarre period when high definition televisions came with VGA inputs, so the Dreamcast did look fantastic on it.
Oh yeah, Sega was really forward thinking with that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since, like, I'm playing this over RGB, like SCART cables, but that was very much not a thing over here. Like, it pretty much only existed in aftermarket. Like, I mean, I know we have some, non-Americans in the chat right now, so, like, I don't know, that might come as news to someone.
By the time I saw a SCART cable, I was already a man.
By the time I saw RGB, it was nothing to me but blinding.
Legit, I think the first time I ever saw a SCART cable in person was like 2 years ago when I bought one for my Dreamcast to use with the retro thing.
Yeah, I only heard about it because My Life in Gaming told me, like, yo, these things are legit, and I'm like, well, dang, I kind of want to get that.
Yeah, and they tend to be much less expensive than like the HD Retrovision component cables.
Yeah. Though, it is easier to use those.
Yeah, significantly so.
Because we did have component. I mean, I never owned a CRT that had it, but it did exist. Oh, no.
When I was a kid playing this level, I would hit the barrel and then count how many seconds I had. just so I would know how fast I needed to be.
And this is why this man has already beaten the game and I have not.
Oh yeah, I've played this game. I've probably beaten this game literally hundreds of times, start to finish.
Yeah, though I do know that you hold DKC2 a bit more, like, near and dear, and I did contemplate, like, having you on for that, but I figured that was probably a ways off. Because, like I said, I haven't played this one, and I got a ton of stuff I want to stream, so it's probably a little ways off. So I figured, you know what, I was planning on doing this. This is coming up.
Yeah, DKC2 is also quite a bit longer.
Yeah, I definitely couldn't do that in one night.
Yeah, Kovar says, I'm still rocking my 720p TV from 2008, and retro games on it are not great. Yeah, Kovar, does it happen to be like a Sanyo set? That one that I think was actually a Walmart brand, because that's what mine was.
Yeah, if you can get like a proper scaler or justify that expense, like I know it's like it costs some money, as most good things do, but it really does improve the experience tenfold.
Yeah, I'd say at least getting one like a RetroTink 2X would be worth it.
Yeah, it makes it look so much better, and since your TV doesn't have to do like the scaling or de-interlacing, input lag is drastically reduced.
At least if you care about playing on original hardware. We are so spoiled for choice on that stuff at this point.
Yeah, and also this assumes that you absolutely have to play it on a like a flat screen or a modern display of some kind. Like if you have a CRT, by all means, like you just keep using that. That'll be fine.
Yeah, I'd really love to like look into like building a Mister at some point, but it's just like I'm not sure exactly what the I'm not sure how useful it would be for me, you know?
Yeah, likewise. Like it's really cool, but I just can't justify the expense.
But like I've got so much original hardware, I've got so much like
yeah,
got a
likewise.
retro tink, I'm okay.
Yeah, like I'm a freaking video game hoarder at this point. Like I just like I hang on to all my old stuff, and honestly, it's my parents that encourage that. Okay, you can't do that.
Kovar says, it's a Vizio set. I hate it. I can't disable overscan on any inputs except VGA, and it pales so badly in comparison to even my Steam Deck, which has been criticized for having a mediocre screen. Oh yeah, by the standards of today, though.
Honestly, I like the Steam Deck screen. It served me all right.
Yeah, I don't think it's mediocre. It's not as good as it could have been, I guess. But
I mean,
it's fine.
you can do better. I mean, I heard that there's the Deck HD. That's a thing now. I don't know what it would take to install
people have
that.
replaced their screen.
And honestly, it's cool. You can do that. I mean, technically, you can do that with a lot of consoles, but you know.
Yeah.
I still need to get my Game Gear fixed up because the screen on that thing is dying. It is is dying bad.
Yeah,
Where's
it's
the
probably
platform?
the Game Gear now probably looks even worse than it did back then.
I mean, I did check
Just
the
'cause of the
capacitors.
capacitors.
I did check, and they don't seem to be leaking, which is good at least. But yeah, the screen has seen better days. Where's this platform?
Oh, just get on the first moving platform and then walk off to the left. I'm pretty sure that's where it is.
Okay. Yeah, because I remembered that it was here. Not even DK can jump on that guy. That guy's
the gray guys.
That guy
Gray
is.
guys, all you can do is throw a barrel.
That guy.
Strong.
Josh can't hear it, but I put a filter on my voice when I said that.
I was wondering. I was like, did he do something? Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not it. Maybe you need to do a roll jump. Not now. Not right now.
Not into that guy. But yeah, because I swear I think there's a platform that you ride over to it. Maybe
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
let me try walking off to the right. No, what is
Yep.
this? What is this? Why are you do this to me?
Yeah, I mean, you have 24 lives. You just want to have a few less for the finale here.
Yeah, because you can't make that.
Maybe ride the first platform to the end. Maybe the bananas are
think
giving you a hint.
I think I did, but let me try it one more time. Yeah, you die.
No.
You just die. I don't know.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
I can look it up if you want me to.
Nah, I'll just figure it out later. Like I said,
Alright.
on my channel, I'll upload a compilation of all the secrets that I didn't get.
Right up the ass. That finely sculpted ass.
You may spank it once.
Josh is just trolling to get Dustin killed. Now, Dustin, if you start running directly at that guy and you press down while you're moving, you'll actually go into a spin, and you sort of like that armadillo is, and you can kill him that way.
You know, if somebody made Sonic in Donkey Kong Country, I would play that. That would be cool. Like, we spent a lot of time putting other characters into Sonic games. Can we put Sonic into other games?
Sonic doesn't work well in any other games.
Well, yeah, but I didn't ask that.
That's true.
Somebody did make a mod where you can play a Sonic in some, like, custom Crash Bandicoot 2 levels. But it doesn't... there's a lot of input lag on him, and he feels a little weird. I appreciate the effort, though.
That's what I tell Sonic Team every time they make a 3D game.
True. Okay, there's Beniners here.
I remember the first time that my friends and I ever got to this level, like I had like a Donkey Kong Country strategy guide that was actually kind of like influential on me, I think, because it introduced each level with like this cover page where the author detailed his personal experiences playing each level.
That man doesn't know, but he changed your life that day.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've never seen anything like that. But he talked about how incredibly frustrating this stage was. So like I was prepared. I was prepared to get mad about it and have a good time doing it, of course. But
I'm almost enjoying my anger.
Exactly. We made it right here. We made it to the arrow, the sign telling you the end of the level's nearby. The first time we played it. Because we by that point we had played so much like Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, that's probably what killed us. We'd played so much DKC2, which is so much harder than this game, that this comparatively wasn't very hard. Like I did not get stuck anywhere in Donkey Kong Country because I'd already beaten DKC2 by the time I got it.
Yeah, honestly, I forgot like how much harder the sequels are compared to this. Like, honestly, I didn't realize how long it's been since I played one. It's about time I went back. Is there anything down here?
Post as close as I can think is the Sonic Amiibo skin in Mario Maker. Hey, Yoshi's Woolly World also had something kind of like that.
Oh, yeah. Man, I miss the mystery mushrooms. They were cool.
I know. It's like, it was one of my favorite things about Mario. Like, it's funny, Mario Maker 2 is like, by a quote-unquote objective measure, such a better sequel. But like, I prefer the personality and like the feature set of Mario Maker 1.
I also need to probably...
Sonic and Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, that's true. That's a good fit for him.
True. I mean... they just stick these guys anywhere. They really just be sticking these guys anywhere.
Yeah, it's always better to throw the barrel than to try to to run them into a guy.
Yeah, just when you're going on reflex, you got to make some split-second decisions, and sometimes I make the wrong ones. That's the tricky thing about like when you stream and whatnot. You gotta get used to like playing video games and talking at the same time. And it's people always used to give like the Game Grumps shit for that, but as soon as I started doing it, I'm like, oh no, I understand. This is so much harder than you think it is. I understand to an extent, but they're also, but also, you know, taking as long as they did apparently to find Gruntilda's lair. I don't know if I can defend that. Oh no.
What did they? I don't remember that one. What did they do?
I just remember people telling me that they took several videos to even get into the lair. Which I mean, like
I think that's hilarious.
I understand, like, missing stuff, but, like, that game could not do a better job of pointing you exactly in that direction constantly. It's like, the only thing they don't have is a big neon sign literally saying Gruntilda's lair this way. Like, it's shaped like her head. Which is,
well,
you know...
when you're babbling on and on and on and on about other things and not reading any of the text. I
mean, I'm starting to realize that, you know, the mountain-shaped, like, heads is more common in rare games than I thought they were.
Mm-hmm. Diddy Kong Racing also does it.
There's also, like, Whiz Pig Mountain. Man, Diddy Kong Racing is such a strange game.
Pro-Am 64.
Not in a bad way, but strange nonetheless. Okay,
next one will be on the left.
Throw to the left, yeah.
Yep.
I got it this time. Oh, and then and then I panic from the B. But isn't this like the semi-final or like actually final level?
This is the final level, yeah.
Yeah, so we're basically in the home stretch.
Pirate Kong says, so I thought Game Grumps was going to be an educational show like Sequelitis was. You know, I don't know if I'd say educational is a good description of Sequelitis, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. I don't
so
totally...
I thought the Banjo playthrough was very slowly going through the game to appreciate every detail.
God, I need to stop being Diddy.
Yeah, that's true. That would help.
I need to, like, I always panic because I'm like, oh god, I just jumped at that guy and I cannot stomp him.
DK Vine does a stream called DK Vine done, or DKU done slow, where they do that. They meticulously take their time through every game. So if that's what you want, you might check that out.
Yeah, I mean, I like to usually take my time and like check out every little thing. Like Kovar knows me very well as a completionist, but even I got my limits. I know
had drastically different expectations of education at the time of sequelitis.
I will say I don't entirely vibe with some of Aaron's opinions.
Aaron Hansen would not be a good elementary school teacher.
Like, I mean, I'm sorry, I sort of understand what he's getting at with Zelda, but like, I don't know, to me, I just see the segmenting of the gameplay as a necessary compromise for the added complexities of 3D.
Ocarina of Time is one of those things where it's been really hilarious to see, like, the people who don't like it go from this game is bad because it's not linked to the past to this game is bad because it's not as good as newer Zelda games.
Aw, crap, he's goth now.
Aaron as an educator could work in a college setting, though. I think that might work.
And then he talks about like like this mathematical formula makes my dick hard.
Yeah.
Also, when you
platform barrels, though, you got this from here.
Yeah. Also, when you watch like Game Grumps, and then like you look at his video on Mega Man X, you start to feel like maybe there's a reason that this man likes Mega Man X's intro level so much.
Intro level. Fuck.
And I mean, it's pretty good at, teaching you, but I will say that one critique I have of Mega Man X's intro stage, it's not super interesting if you're playing the game a second time. Like,
no, especially because you don't have the dash.
I will say that, yeah, that too. I will say that X2 and X3 do a better job of that, at least. Yeah, I mean, I like the idea that you can do a dashless run for most of the game. I mean, that's cool. I'm just gonna save just for some extra insurance.
In case you die 27 times in a row.
I mean, don't say never. Do not say never. I was stuck on Castlevania 1 Dracula for an hour.
I do think that I understand, like, imagining it from the perspective of somebody who had played the classic Mega Man games and was now playing X. Like, I understand why they didn't start you with the dash, because, like, getting it would be this really cool thing, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, wow, this like...
Yeah, this ain't your granddad's Mega Man.
And the intro level had to teach you the wall jump already, so, you know.
Yeah.
I sort of get it, but at the same time, yeah, I wish, at least on a replay, there was a way to have it.
It would also, like I said, it would also be cool if there was, like, some hidden ways to maybe, like, speed the intro level up. You knew.
Yeah, that'd be true. That'd be cool, too. But giving you the dash from the start in other Mega Man games, on the other hand, makes what the boots do feel a little superfluous. Yeah,
they definitely had some issues trying to figure out what the upgrades should be in some of the later X games.
Although, breaking blocks with your head was always a very specific thing.
Yeah.
To begin with.
That's a tricky thing about designing a video game, is trying to... it's hard sometimes not to design what I'll call key powers, where it's just kind of like, okay, you can unlock this door. You can pull this this is a potion that lets Donkey Kong pull a lever.
F-Zero give you his Jordan so that they don't have to design all of the Maverick levels around potentially not having the booties.
But yeah, it's definitely interesting, at least. You know, the whole way X1 is designed.
Yeah, I agree. I think like sequelitis, like that Mega Man X sequelitis video was obviously just incredibly influential on like the way that YouTube video game analysis would be done in the years going forward.
But I will say he hit roll in the face, and I don't appreciate that. Not funny, didn't laugh.
But I do think one thing that I always thought was a little bit of a stretch about it, though, was the idea that, like, you want to become Zero. You want to be as cool as Zero. The upgrades make you look more like Zero. But just because, in the end, like, you still can't defeat Vile by yourself. You still need Zero to sacrifice himself to do it.
Yeah, it's like Keiji Inafune liked Zero better, and you can definitely tell.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, gotta get into the groove of this fight. Oh, well, never mind, the game's over.
Yeah, totally over. You did it. Good job.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed that a lot. It was very cool, and I gotta say, Claptrap did a really good job. Mm-hmm. Like so did Crusher. You know, he gave the game the look that it really it really used to pull through. Also, I like DK Island in the background there.
The end ? That must be because of the sequel. No, this honestly.
Donkey Kong will return in DK Endgame.
The credits fake out did get me and my friends the first time we did this.
I mean, I can't think of any other game around this time that would have done something like that.
I distinctly remember being like, "Oh, the end ? That must be because they knew that they were going to make DKC 2, and then K. Rool got up and stomped me."
And I mean, to be fair, they did probably know. Yes, they probably were like, "Yeah,
They hoped anyway.
We're gonna milk the shit out of it." Okay, now we're actually
doing that. Good job doing that second half of the fight in one shot. The way he jumps around.
Yeah, I'm surprised I did, honestly.
I could have beaten that. No good criminal. You made an old man proud. I didn't read the first part. Go and look at your hoard. I think you'll be in for a surprise. If I'd have been playing, I'd have found everything.
Yeah, I think that's the part.
I would have done it in 5 minutes.
I'm sure there must be some bonus rooms you haven't found.
I'm just going all over the place with this voice. I don't care anymore. And now Kong's Banana Horde is not false advertising. But yeah, I think that's the part that's different, is he's like, wow, you actually found everything. Holy shit.
Great!
Yeah, where's your Fred Armisen impression?
Can I be real with you? I don't even remember what he sounded like in the movie. Like,
I don't either exactly. I just remember he sounded very wrong.
Yeah, you know it's not good when Chris Pratt is not the weirdest voice in the movie.
Yeah. Bite size.
Also, it's a shame I've said it. Everybody said it a million times, but I'm just gonna add another to the pile. It's a shame they didn't use that Donkey Kong Country medley that got composed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Illumination. Honestly, I'm surprised the movie didn't have more of it, and I'm surprised nobody said awkward. Honestly, just that 4chan green text is exactly what I expected it to be. And
wasn't there, like, not a rumor, I think it might have been confirmed, that during the part at the end where, like, they get the superstar, like, they wanted to do the, "You got the touch!" But
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
Something to the effect of that. Like, there was a place where they really, where Illumination wanted them to use, like, a licensed song, and they were like, no.
And also, it sucks that they didn't properly credit Grant Kirkhope.
Yeah, it was.
Also,
yeah, Jump. That was it.
Also,
that sounds more right.
I mean, okay, I understand why they wanted to use that at least, but also this is the bad ending because Donkey Kong's painting isn't moving anymore. Cranky was probably meant to be played by Mel Brooks. Honestly, I would have liked to have heard that.
DK, you gotta go. You gotta help Mario.
Wasn't just Kirk.
Squawks will become larger in the next game.
Squawks will become larger in DK.
Is it my turn yet?
You're giving him the old prospector voice on that one.
Surely it's me next.
Cranky Kong.
Cranky Kong.
Cranky Kong is a funnier character than we've ever had.
I love this animation here.
Yeah. I can't see it anymore though. With that, well, maybe I should wait a second for it to actually play out. Wow, what an asshole! I can't see this animation anymore without thinking of the Vine Sauce corruption where he just never gets back up.
I've never seen that, but that's hilarious.
I'll have to send that to you because it's really funny.
I did this using one life.
Hey, me too.
And I took less than an hour.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. No, I did not do it while using one life.
Yeah.
Man, Badass Billy Gunn did a great job with that.
Yeah.
Technical programming.
Yeah, it's a really good game, and you know, like some people did say that like it coasted on its graphics, but I think it is just very expertly designed for the most part. You know, I don't appreciate when a fish comes out of a wall at me, but you know.
Yeah, I mean it's got a little tinge of like first installment syndrome. So it can be rough in the design aspect sometimes, but I still really love it.
Honestly, it handled the landing a lot more gracefully than something like Mega Man did, and I'm not saying that like to disappreciate Mega Man 1, but I'm saying just like the gulf between this game and its sequel is not as wide as you would expect.
Mm-hmm.
And they got a lot of it right the first time. I think
King
you know
Lob, shout out to Klob.
K-Lob. And this game was made with Silicon Graphics computers.
Yeah, one of the guns in GoldenEye was called the Klob, as a reference to Ken Lob.
I love when they do that, like how there was one dude, like how Noob Saibot in Mortal Kombat is like Tobias Boone backwards.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Well done, Dustin. Well, you have finished but not completed Donkey Kong Country. I wonder what your percentage is.
I think it was around 70. Yeah, 78.
78.
But yeah, thank you for joining me for that. It was
no problem. For the record, let me look at my completion percentage where I 37%.
Yeah, that's a bit of a difference.
But 54 minutes on the timer.
So I mean, pick your poison, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a very good time.
Well, thank you for having me.
Maybe someday we'll see you again, but I'll leave that up to you.
Maybe someday. Yeah, you seriously expect me to come back after the way that you've treated me here?
You'll never work in this town again, boy. But yeah, nice to see everybody. If you're here, maybe consider a follow or don't. I don't know. I'm not your mom.
No, follow Dustin. I am your mom. I insist.
Oh, he's your mom. But anyway, see you around. Next stream will probably be Pikmin, so look forward to that.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, see ya.
Been a good time.